Weather Center. The time is 6:06. Oh, I did it already. You can just go right to it. There it is. It is an attack on the Houthi rebels, and it is, good Lord, about time. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. My gosh, for a president who wants to bring us peace, attacking the Houthi rebels in Yemen, that's not peaceful. Warmongering Donald Trump. But it's being said. You understand why that is. We understood from the beginning that the idea that Trump wouldn't do things that are necessary to do because the MAGAville supporter has said no more forever wars. Well, that doesn't mean that things don't get done. To that end, I wonder what the people who were opposed to Tulsi Gabbard are saying. Was the intelligence estimation or intelligence gathering inaccurate that forced Trump into this war movement? Or, well, are the Houthi rebels trying to control the navigable seas and they're being paid by Iran and the Ayatollah, and they have to be stopped, and every threat against American ships has to be met. That threat has to be met with hundreds of bombs on their head. That would be my take. I'm good with that take. I may have written that take. Just not. I don't need anything preemptive. I mean, in terms of, I don't need to start nothing. But if you don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. They started something. Now there's something. They started this series of airstrikes against the Houthi-held areas in Yemen. Of course, this is a proxy war that's been going on for years, ripping apart Yemen between the Houthi rebels backed by Iran and between Saudi Arabia. Houthi saying at least 31 people were killed. You've got Michael Waltz saying that the strikes had successfully targeted multiple Houthi leaders. Houthi. Houthi, that's how it's pronounced. And then you've got Mike Walls, National Security Advisor, on ABC discussing what it is that took place here.
To this, we have seen strikes like this before under the Biden administration. The Houthis kept firing missiles. What's different with this?
Well, thank you. And the difference is these were not kind of pinprick back and forth, what ultimately proved to be feckless attacks. This was an overwhelming response that actually targeted multiple Houthi leaders and took them out. And the difference here is, one, going after the Houthi leadership, and two, holding Iran responsible. It is Iran that has repeatedly funded, resourced, trained, and helped the Houthis target not only U.S. warships, but global commerce, and has helped the Houthis shut down two of the world's most strategic sea lanes. We have, Martha, 70% of global shipping is now diverting around southern Africa, adding to the cost of goods, disrupting global economies, adding to or shutting off supplies to the United States. President Trump has found it unacceptable. What we inherited was a terrible situation, and this is one of what will be a sustained effort to right that wrong and to reopen global commerce.
That's the plan. This, you understand, this is about money, 1,000%, but more so, this is about what we refer to as the navigable seas. Can a U.S. ship sail without threat? And if not, we end the threat. Speaking of threats, hey, Chatterbox. Yes, we are speaking about the bar on Mass Ave. Yes, we're going to discuss what happened. And no, I do not believe their statement, although if they've got proof, I am all eyes and ears. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning.
This is Gary Dick, the state of agriculture in Indiana at 6:32. Join guest speaker Secretary of Commerce David Adams and our expert panel for IBJ's Life Sciences Power Breakfast, April 24th. More at ibj.com/events.
Are you having a hard time making it through a day of work without foot pain or discomfort with things that used to be simple like walking the dog? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you, like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Come to the Good Feet store today for your free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood just off the 65. Or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Discover your options at the Good Feet store.
Hi, this is Denny Smith, and I'm betting you already know that your carpets could use a good spring cleaning. Why? Because there's no telling what's in those carpets at this point. Here's some great news. Zero Res has a March special of 3 rooms of carpet cleaning starting at $119 plus $75 off air duct cleaning. The Zero Res pros know how to get your carpets and floors and rugs, upholstery, and ductwork really clean, and they can help you deal with the deeply embedded dirt and dander and allergens, not to mention the pet stains and some of your stains. The game changer is the patented ZR water that uses no soap, leaves no residue, and there are no harsh chemicals because they just aren't needed to get things really clean. It's time to spring clean with Zero Res. Give them a call. Mention WIBC, get 3 rooms cleaned starting at $119 plus $75 off air duct cleaning. 317-388-5141. 317-388-5141 or book things online at ZeroResIndy.com.
Best decision I ever made was having Window Nation windows installed in my house, saving me a bunch of money on energy. My old windows were cracked and drafty and letting the air through. Window Nation came in and took care of all that within a day. And you know what? Window Nation windows are high quality and affordable. Right now, you can get 2 windows free with every 2 you buy. And you can get 0 interest and 0 payments for 2 years. Pay nothing until 2027.
This is the deal you want. 2 windows for free with every 2 that you buy. Plus 0 interest, 0 payments for 2 years. Pay nothing until 2027. Call a representative at Window Nation right now. They will walk you through the entire process. 866-90-NATION. Get that fast, free estimate right now with Window Nation. 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com.
Traffic on the 5s and Dominic Fortini in for Matt Bear. What's going on?
Not much so early this morning. Southbound 65 rolls well, 11 minutes from 465 on the west side into the north split. Not much happening on the westbound side of I-70 approaching State Road 39. You're looking good on the west side, southbound 465 from 865 to I-70. Traffic volume pretty light at this point of the morning. Traffic is sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Dominic Fortini with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
31 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:15.
Only 2 things in life are certain, death and taxes. How about one more? Switch from Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile to cut your bill in half with Pure Talk. For just $25 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, 5 gigs of data on America's most dependable 5G network. Making the switch, it's simple, fast, and easy. You dial pound 250, you say the keyword Pure Talk, and make the switch. You do it now, you save an additional 50% off your first month. Pure Talk, wireless, by Americans, for Americans.
Selling your home with Ready, R-E-D-Y, real estate agents will pay you for your listing. Thousands of dollars up front just for a chance to sell your home. Why would they pay to be your agent? Well, your listing's really valuable. So if an agent is smart, they'll go to Ready and offer you cash to get it. And you do want a smart agent, right? Call 888-551-READY. 888-551-REDY.
Furnished by Bid My Listing. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text MONEY to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Finally, the astronauts are coming home. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. SpaceX, remember the SpaceX that the people of MSNBC were mocking as if they had ever created anything in their entire lives? Docks with the space station. And those astronauts who had been stranded up there for 9 months, it was supposed to be a week. They're finally going to be making their way back to planet Earth. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Always a pleasure. What a gig. 317-239-9393. See, I actually do know the phone number in case anybody was curious. This has been brutal to witness. I can only imagine the level of brutality in having to live it. If ever we could be like, hey, what's an act of torture? Maybe this. Just horrific. This because they went up with the Boeing, I think it was the Starliner, and then it was realized that this Boeing thing isn't safe at all. Boeing's not safe right now, which is Boeing's problem. And now there's conversations from the Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy, that more oversight needs to be given to Boeing. I'm not quite sure how that's supposed to work, but I'll let him put his thoughts out there and then we can discuss it. So it was SpaceX that got up there, supposedly, or allegedly, I should say. There were other opportunities, and Biden didn't take those opportunities. Biden didn't take the opportunities to bring these Americans back. 4 newcomers from the United States, Japan, and Russia are right now there. They're going to learn the ins and outs of the space station. And then Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams, I believe it's pronounced Suni, not Sunny. I could be wrong. S-U-N-I. They will make their way back home. I look forward to them being back on terra firma. Meanwhile, Senator Mark Kelly, Democrat, Arizona, former astronaut, has decided he can no longer abide by owning a Tesla, so he went out and bought a Chevy Tahoe. 2 of them. Now, I'm never going to fault a guy for buying a Chevy. I wouldn't fault you for buying a Ford. By the way, Andy Moore Ford, sponsor, full disclosure. Neither here nor there. We were told that electric cars were the most important things in the world. We were told by the left that you had to have an electric car. You can't have one of those gas guzzlers. Oh, wait. Elon Musk isn't doing everything we want him to do. He actually thinks free speech matters and maybe we shouldn't be engaged in wasteful spending. Forget what we said about electric vehicles. Get yourself a gas-guzzling American SUV and do it now. Excuse me, I got to go find myself a trucker hat that isn't a Trump hat. These people, if everything they say is a lie, if we believe that, well, then it's not just a theory. Everything they say is a lie. Everything they said about electric vehicles, what did it matter? Where are the environmentalists to excoriate Senator Mark Kelly? Or is it just like, hey, you have to be 6 feet away from your grandma while she's dying, but if you're fighting for racial justice, then it's okay if you riot. No, you can be right next to each other. There'll be no spread. No. COVID won't. Oh, we've got a whole COVID story, too. Rand Paul has always been right. Jail Anthony Fauci. It's time for a trial. Good gosh. And the New York Times trying to rewrite history. It's nutty. And then there is the story, before I get to the Chatterbox, real quick about the Venezuelan gangs, to which the Democratic Party is now in favor of Venezuelan gangs. A judge stated that somehow the President of the United States isn't allowed to engage in deportation. And as Venezuelan gang members are being flown to El Salvador, where they will be in jail, the judge says you have to turn those flights around and bring these people back. What kind of craziness is this? James Boseberg is the judge, ordering the Trump administration to halt all removals. Trump used a law from 1798 called the Alien Enemies Act, removing Tren de Aragua members from the United States. People are all up in arms. You can't use a law from all the way back then. I guess you can. I mean, the law is still on the books, so I don't know what our argument is. So this judge in D.C. heard that flights are actively departing and wanted the flights to turn around. The White House, really Stephen Miller's plan, as is reported by Axios, these flights were over international waters. Nothing was going to turn around. They're going to land in El Salvador. Bukele, who is the president there, who's very proud of his basically supermax prison, put out a tweet that said, oopsie, too late. And now you've got Democrats on the side of the rights of Venezuelan gang members who are in the country illegally to begin with. Man, if you want to pick losing battle after losing battle, you need a Democrat. And, how right we were. I'll get to that. Now the Chatterbox. Here's the story in a nutshell, because this has multiple parts today. The story goes from a video that a woman walks into the Chatterbox, a bar on Mass Ave. The bartender immediately says, "Get out because you're wearing a Trump hat." This is the audio I put in the edits as shown on the video.
I have a question.
No, we're not answering
Why?
questions. Get out
Why?
of the bar.
Why?
Because you're a Trump supporter.
I know, but don't you guys want our money?
No, actually we don't. Get out of my bar right now.
You're not welcome.
I'm not f***ing around. Get out of my bar.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Out.
Because I'm wearing a Trump hat.
Yes.
That's wild.
I don't care. Get out.
It should be noted that at this point, the bartender grabbed a baseball bat. This was an act of intimidation, yes, an act of violence towards this woman who's being told to get out. It continued.
We can call the police, or you can just leave.
You know this is like discrimination, right?
Oh, boo-hoo! Boo-hoo! Get out of my bar.
You discriminated against a Trump supporter. That's what the video shows. Now, the Chatterbox has put out a statement, which I'm stating for the record I don't believe. The statement doesn't engage the conduct of the bartender, but rather says this woman was misgendering people. The bartender is a man who claims to be a woman. I didn't know that at first. I just watched the video. And then other people noticed it, and now I have a statement from the Chatterbox which proves it. Misgendering is not a thing. That's number one. And number two, doesn't give you the right to throw somebody out of a bar, does it? Now, if you're me, you totally think that a bar should be able to throw people out. I have discussed my issues with the public accommodation concept for years. I'm on record. But these were the people, the political left, that said you have to bake the cake, design the cake for the same-sex couple. Now you can throw people out of a bar. You don't have to make the cake. I say serve the beer, and you've seen my videos that came out yesterday on this subject. We're going to break this down a little bit further. What it is that's being said, threats that are now happening, and of course, how some local elected officials have gotten into the mix with some of the dopiest commentaries ever. That's all coming up right now. Matt Bear out today. Dominic Fortini has traffic.
Bound 69 in smooth shape, rolling into 465 this morning. Eastbound 465 on the south side, 12 minutes from I-70 into I-74. And you're delay-free on the westbound side of I-70 from State Road 9 to 465 on the east side, despite the long-term road construction. Traffic is sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Dominic Fortini with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
And this is Casey.
It's the big day. Property tax rally at the State House at 1. Live broadcast before.
Monday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
You need a financial planner that reflects your values. Whose values? Like mutual respect, hard work, and common sense. That's the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth. Matt Bear here. Hey, the investment team at Trajan will get to know you, then work with you as a team in customizing a financial portfolio that meets your dreams and timeline. Schedule your first appointment. It's free. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan Wealth approaches wealth management by looking at a longer timeline. You know, has that Hoosier pragmatism, focusing on capital preservation, growth, and low-cost investment options, always checking and evaluating the markets for you. Call and schedule at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first consultation is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
What a day.
You're working too hard.
We're both working too hard with even less to show for it.
What's this?
It's the bills for Tracy's procedure.
This is outrageous.
I know. And Mom just said her prescriptions went up again.
How can working people afford this?
These medical bills are crushing our finances, and these hospitals and insurance groups are making record profits.
You know, I read Indiana has the 9th highest healthcare costs in the nation, and prescription drug costs are out of control.
That's why I voted for Mike Braun. He has a plan to reform Indiana's broken healthcare system. Braun's plan calls for billing transparency, increased access, and lower costs for all Hoosiers.
I hear you. It's good to know help is on the way. Mike Braun's plan will offer real relief for our family budget.
Sign the petition for Braun's healthcare plan at HoosierHope.org. Join Mike Braun's fight for healthcare reform today. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What Trump is saying about a trade war. It's 31 degrees on Monument Circle with a clear radar. Your high today, 53. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. President Trump says he will not back down on his plan to impose new tariffs on America's foreign trading partners starting April 2nd.
It's a liberation day for our country because we're going to be getting back a lot of the wealth that we so foolishly gave up to other countries, including friend and foe.
Trump speaking on Air Force One Sunday last month, Trump raised tariffs on imports of steel and aluminum to a flat 25%. What DOJ is doing may have a direct impact in Indiana, not only with federal workers losing jobs, but also with some federal buildings closing. Congressman Jim Baird tells Wish TV's All Indiana Politics that he believes it's past time to look into bloated federal spending.
We really asked DOJ to look for those waste, fraud, and abuse in our federal government, and that hasn't been done for quite some time. And I think it's appropriate now that we do that.
And he says as far as the federal buildings go, he believes they're underused and people should stop paying for things that aren't being utilized. Secretary of State Marco Rubio discussing what he plans for a federal or a former Columbia University student with pro-Palestinian views.
Secretary Rubio said the plan is to replicate the action against Mahmoud Khalil whenever necessary.
Every day now we're approving visa revocations, and if that visa led to a green card, the green card process as well.
As a court battle over what many see as a free speech case ensues, Secretary Rubio said on CBS Face the Nation, it won't stop with pro-Palestinian protesters on college campuses.
That's Fox's Gurnell Scott reporting. Spring-like weather is expected in Indiana for mostly sunny skies to start the work week. Here's Jake McDaniel.
In the middle of the week, though, there are chances for another round of rain and thunderstorms.
Chances of rain on Wednesday at this point, 70%, with a high temperature on Wednesday near 63.
Jason Puma with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says after Wednesday, the conditions will get better from there.
As we go through Thursday, that system will be departing. We'll have a 30% chance of rain, mainly in the morning. Highs on Thursday around 46, and then sunny skies on Friday with a high near 57.
Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports coming up in 2.5 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. As spring planting season looms, Indiana farmers are bracing for what could be a challenging year in terms of profitability. Don Lamb, the director of the Indiana Department of Agriculture, says rising input costs and lower commodity prices are to blame.
In the short term, as far as the state of agriculture right now, it's really hard because we're price takers. So when we think about commodity prices, we can't set the price for our product. We take what the market gives us. And right now, because of really supply and demand factors, we've got low prices. And also, we've got inflation. And also, we've got high interest rates. So the factors that all kind of need to be on the same side of the equation are working against each other right now.
Indiana tech firms saw more venture investment activity last year than in 2023. That according to a newly released report from the Central Indiana Corporate Partnership. The 2024 Indiana Venture Report shows tech firms landed a combined $549 million in venture funding in 139 separate deals last year. A new privately owned racetrack could be coming to southern Allen County. Our partners at WPTA TV report the Summit City Motorsports Club is proposing to build the track on nearly 400 acres near Fort Wayne International Airport. The group is owned by local entrepreneurs Bill Bean, Tom Kelly, and Chuck Surek. Surek says the project could cost between $40 and $60 million. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
At Indiana University, we're undaunted by challenge. We take the lead. We don't follow the crowd. Embracing the future with creativity and bravery. Unapologetically optimistic. Equipped with the knowledge and intention to change the world. Because bold is who we are. 9 campuses, 1 purpose. Creating tomorrow, today. Indiana University. Bring on tomorrow. Join us at iu.edu.
Gary Chicago International Airport is closed on a $16.5 million bond sale that it says will finance multiple capital improvement projects in the coming years. The airport says it will use the funding to support construction of new hangars, renovations to the airport terminal, and an expanded cargo and logistics center. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
Traffic volume remains pretty steady early on this morning. Checking the jam cam, rolling southbound 465 on the west side near 38th. Traffic moving pretty decently in both directions there. Not seeing too much of an issue along our major expressways. Eastbound 865 looking good as a 4-minute trip from I-65 to 465. Keep in mind you've got the Flower and Patio Show happening at the Indiana State Fairgrounds today. Westbound I-70 all right as you approach 465 on the west side. Traffic is sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Dominic Fortini with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
30 degrees. Ay, ay, ay. In the American Standard Heating Weather Center, the time is 6:36. Sports, we can look at that. Ryan Hedrick, what's going on?
I guess we're one and the same, Tony. Good morning. Purdue is the number 4 seed in the NCAA tournament. They'll play 13th seeded High Point Thursday afternoon. In Providence, Rhode Island, head coach Matt Painter has led the program to a top 4 seed for 8 straight years.
We've made some mistakes at times in looking at things, but nobody's perfect right there. That's a really hard thing to do. So to see the consistency is a great sign, for our program.
And Thursday's game starts at 12:40. The IU men did not make the tournament, but the women did. Here's head coach Terry Morin.
We're just grateful that we were one of the 68 selected and one of the best tournaments, to be a participant in.
And they earn a 9 seed. They play 8-seeded Utah. And Pascal Siakam not playing for the Pacers tonight due to personal problems. They're in Minnesota. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Indiana Foundation Service comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at indianafoundation.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for detail.
As a high school student athlete, it makes a difference when the stands are filled with cheering fans. I'm Reed Robinson from New Prairie High School.
And I'm Autumn Rife from North White High School. It motivates us to do our best when we know our entire school community has our backs.
When they understand the real purpose of high school sports.
When they remember learning life lessons is more important than winning.
When they keep athletic events fun and positive for everyone.
That's what being a champion of high school sports is all about.
Whether you're a parent, fan, coach, official, administrator, or broadcaster, we all have a role to play in championing high school sports.
Thank you for supporting our schools, our communities, and our student athletes.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support the mission of education-based athletics by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is being a champion of high school sports. This is preserving the second classroom. This is your IHSAA.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com.
To forgive your Irish goodbye. Goodbye.
St. Patrick's Day. Go enjoy and do and be. And have yourself a drink and drink responsibly and have yourself some good food and eat responsibly and spend your money and then go home and enjoy yourself. Wow. Do I know how to celebrate or what? Tony Katz, that's me, by the way. 93 WIBC. Good morning. We're live streaming. I forgot to turn on a light. When you're live streaming, you got to have a tremendous number of lights. Lights in front of you, lights behind you. It's just madness, I tell you. We had it right about Hakeem Jeffries. We had it right about the Democrats. We had it right before anybody else, and it's not because we're smarter. It's just because we're more honest. The Democratic Party has no leadership, and they have no wartime consigliere. We discussed that Hakeem Jeffries in the House and Chuck Schumer in the Senate cannot lead their party. They don't have it. In this world, in this space, in this place, they can't get the work done. And it was ever proven by Hakeem Jeffries, the leader of the Democrats in the House, during this press conference and this Q&A.
Has Senator Schumer, in your mind, acquiesced to Trump?
That's a question that is best addressed by the Senate. The vote hasn't taken place yet, and the House Democratic position is very clear. We strongly oppose any efforts to cut the health care of the American people, veterans benefits, and nutritional assistance, all of which are in the partisan Republican bill.
Now, Schumer had said he was going to vote against the continuing resolution. Then the next day changed his mind. He's going to vote for it because it would do less harm. Democrats are outraged. Not all Democrats, but House Democrats, progressives are outraged. This is how you fight back, by shutting down the government. The same people who oppose shutting down the government now favor shutting down the government. And as former Senator Kristen Sinema has explained, these people wanted to get rid of the filibuster, and now they all favor the filibuster. Amazing how that works. Never forget how power hungry the political left is. But with Hakeem Jeffries here, the next question comes up.
And we anxiously await that vote.
Is it time for new leadership in the Senate?
Next question.
Mr. Leader, first, can you clarify, are you encouraging your Senate colleagues to vote no on cloture, not just the bill itself?
Next question. If it was time for new leadership. Well, isn't the answer no? Next question, you're just avoiding it?
As Senator Schumer talked to you before making his announcement, can you tell us what he told you and what you said back to him?
He and I have had repeated and private conversations throughout the week, and those conversations will remain private.
Leadership.
Yeah. This was a bad, bad day for Hakeem Jeffries. He looked disconnected. He was clearly caught off guard. He doesn't have an answer for any of this because he knows how bad that it's going. And it's going bad. There's no faith in Chuck Schumer now. And I'm telling you, there's no faith in Hakeem Jeffries, even if the House members won't admit it, because they're afraid of Hakeem Jeffries. Well, that's what they always say about Trump. You're afraid of Trump. You're afraid of Hakeem Jeffries. That's it. That's the story. We're going to watch it. We are watching it happen. We said that it was going to happen. It is happening just as we described it. So keep an eye out for the problems in this party where they have reached an all-time low in the polling. An all-time low. Democrats are not the party of the people at this moment. Okay. The Chatterbox, part 2. I've got it right here. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. You may have property that's waiting for you. Cash, people. We're not talking about land. We're talking about a financial asset where there's no activity by the owner for an extended period of time. That money ends up in the Attorney General's office. And the Attorney General's like, well, it ain't my money. I got to get this to you. And that's why they created IndianaUnclaimed.gov. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Here's how it works. You go and you're like, hey, I'm me. Do you have money for me? And then they do a search and they go, yes, we do. We have money for you because you had, I don't know, you put a deposit somewhere and they had to send the deposit back, or there was a stock dividend and they didn't know where you lived. Unclaimed wages. Maybe you forgot to pick up that last paycheck. I don't know how, but you did it. IndianaUnclaimed.gov is where you go. Reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Go check it out for yourself. IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text money to 46220 and get your cash. Traffic and Dominic Fortini in for Matt Bear. What's going on?
Morning, Tony. Things are looking good on the whole. However, starting to see a few more brake lights on the southbound side of 69. You start to tighten up right around 82nd. No surprise there into 465. Not going to cost you too much extra time, but you are on the brakes in that stretch. Northbound I-65 looking good from 465 on the south side into the south split. Eastbound I-70 rolls well from 465 on the east side into State Road 9. Problem-free 13 minutes, and not seeing any hassles early on today. Westbound 465 on the north side as you approach 865. Traffic is sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 Cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Dominic Fortini with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
30 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:46. You need a new car. And I understand because your car is just, it doesn't look great. It's not. We're all a little embarrassed for you. Andy Moore Ford has got you covered with all the deals on the cars, on the trucks, on the electric vehicles, the work vehicles. Dear Lord, Andy Moore Ford has the most insane selection. They can customize that work van for you, that work truck for you, so it fits your specifications, your business needs. And the next thing you know, more money coming in the door because you are more organized and prepared. Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. For that next car or truck, you can save crazy money on the 2024 Ford Expeditions. The Platinums save huge. And if you don't need something that big, although the Expedition is a very cool vehicle, the Ford Edge, you could save thousands off MSRP as well. Andy Moore Ford has all the deals. And you can go online to andymoreford.com, see everything, buy your car right there, schedule service right there. Super easy to do, or check them out in Plainfield, right there on East Main Street in Plainfield. Andy Moore Ford. Andy Moore, M-O-H-R, andymoreford.com.
Stop putting screens on your gutters. If the holes are too big, debris gets in and you're still cleaning your gutters. If the holes are too small, it sits on top and you're cleaning the screens. And those screens will need to be replaced. They just don't last. Pat Sullivan here. I have Gutter Helmet on my home and business, and it has no holes, slots, or screens. It keeps the debris out and the water in. Since 1981, Gutter Helmet has been America's #1 choice for gutter protection. And this is a great time of year to call Gutter Helmet of Central Indiana, because right now, Gutter Helmet is offering a 15% discount plus 12 months no interest financing if paid in full within 12 months. Call 800-5HELMET, that's 800-5HELMET, to schedule a free estimate. 15% off cannot be combined with other offers. Call Gutter Helmet today at 800-5HELMET or go to gutterhelmetindy.com and never clean your gutters again.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 765-545-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 765-545-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
One of the real advantages that we have here at Hendricks is the scope of the services that we have to offer in orthopedics.
Whether they have a hip fracture or they're a high-functioning athlete, we're all working towards the same thing.
To have them be able to have an elective surgery safely and then go home also in a safe fashion is of utmost importance.
We very much want everyone to get back to doing everything that they were doing beforehand. We're really invested in it.
Unstoppable orthopedic care. Learn more at hendricks.org/ortho.
Check out what's going on with 93 WIBC.
Listen to Hammer and Nigel this week for your chance to win a pair of tickets to Outlaw Music Festival with Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, Sheryl Crow, Madeline Edwards, and Waxahachie, Thursday, September 18th at Ruwop Music Center.
Now you know that I'm at an all-time low.
So a woman walks into the Chatterbox, a bar on Mass Ave. The bartender throws the woman out for wearing a Trump hat. She shoots a video of it. The video goes viral. I have commented on it. You can find that over at X, at TonyKatz.com. My argument remains the same. That for the political left, they don't understand that they made the rules. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. They made the rules. They said you have to bake the cake. That's what they said. They said you don't get to say no. We sue you. We attack you. We go after you. That's what they said. You make the cake. You serve the beer. Tony Katz, 93. Did I say hello? 93 WIBC. Good morning. You serve the beer. They want to argue at Chatterbox that this woman came in wearing a MAGA hat and she was misgendering the bartender. Misgendering is not a thing. I'll say it again. I'll say it anywhere, at any time. People say all sorts of things. It's not a crime. You might think it rude, but it's not a crime. Nor has any proof been provided of this. As a matter of fact, the statement from the Chatterbox is that a group of individuals visited Chatterbox and intentionally misgendered and harassed a Chatterbox employee, resulting in them being asked to leave by our staff. Then they continued verbally assaulting our patrons and staff, threatened our establishment, and returned to record a video which has now been posted on social media platforms. Where is that video? Where is the video of the harassment? Where is the intentionally misgendering and harassed? I'm sorry, you're not dealing with your bartender who pulled out a baseball bat and said on the video that he was throwing people out because they were Trump supporters. That's what he said. But everybody's going to chime in here, and one of the people chiming in is the very ignorant and bigoted Jesse Brown, the city county councilor. This is my take on him. This is a guy who is an avowed Marxist, so that's ignorance. And then this is a guy who wears a keffiyeh in support of the Palestinian people. I believe that's in support of Hamas. I think it's disgusting and despicable, and I think he is as well. In response to my comments, he writes, "You're Jewish." Shocking, I didn't know that. You seriously don't see the problem with whipping up a bunch of right-wing supporters of the right-wing leader of a country to attack a tiny minority. Jesse, listen, it's not my fault you're not bright. That's not my concern. And I actually wish there was some leftist in Indianapolis who actually could challenge me. This is really becoming a giant pain that all of you are so remarkably silly in your arguments. None of you provide a challenge. Gosh, I wish that was the case. Anyway, one of the things being Jewish you learn, and you would learn if you were not Jewish and still read a book, is that communism doesn't work out well for the Jews. You don't bring an argument. There's nothing being whipped up here. You would also know, if you had ever read a book, that throwing people out based on a characteristic might be bad. Now, I'm actually a believer in individual liberty, and I think as you run a business, you can run it any way you choose and throw out anybody you want. But you guys don't. So now you have to live by the rules. But the idea that somehow my religion plays into this is you trying too hard, Jesse. You support Hamas. You wear a keffiyeh. You support communism. You said so. You're the most dangerous of ideologies in two ways. I think people should be able to walk into a bar and people should be able to express themselves. Which one of us is the problem, Jesse? You know the answer. Dominic Fortini has traffic.
Southbound 69 tied up 82nd into 465 this morning. Northbound 465, a slow roll from Shadeland into Binford Boulevard. 12 minutes from I-74 into I-69. Traffic is sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Dominic Fortini with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. Tax season is here, and what better way to reinvest in your home than with brand new energy-efficient windows? During Universal Windows Direct's Tax Time Sale, you can save big while making your home more comfortable and energy efficient. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and there's no limit. And here's something that will make your wallet even happier. Pay no interest until 2030. That's right, no interest for the next 6 years, making it easier than ever to afford the quality windows your home needs. But wait, there's more. This month only, Universal Windows Direct is giving you an extra $500 off your home improvement project. Whether you need a few windows or a full home upgrade, this bonus savings makes now the perfect time to act. Some restrictions may apply. So call today for your free in-home estimate. 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. UniversalWindowsDirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
Hey, Pat Sullivan here for Hope Plumbing. It's basketball season in Indiana, and while teams are making it drain on the court, Hope Plumbing is making it drain in your home with a $49 mainline snaking special. Now is the time to get your main lines checked before spring has sprung and it's too late. Don't wait. Call Hope Plumbing today at 641-HOPE, 641-HOPE, hopeplumbing.com, and let's make it drain.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Dents happen. There's a whole lot of stuff that can mess up the look of your vehicle. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal. PDR is paintless dent removal that saves your factory finish and is way less invasive than traditional body shop repairs. And it's faster too, sometimes same day. Google Kill a Dent Removal and check out the reviews and photos. Then schedule your repair. Hail baseballs, kids, fender benders, shopping carts, flying cows, angry X's, and anything else that leaves dents. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Looking for a great deal on a new Lincoln? Come to Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators, now $15,000 off, and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus, now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. We look forward to seeing you at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP 104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP 57,785. Offers good through March 31st, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Big Joe here. You've heard me talk about Absolute Comfort and the Mitsubishi electric ductless mini splits for years. This energy-efficient way to heat and cool your home is a game changer. These systems are smart and can detect when someone is in the room and adjust to your activity. Visit Absolute Comfort at the Flower and Patio Show, booth 382 in the West Pavilion across from the Beer Garden. Ask for Jeremy or Chris to answer all your questions. Absolute Comfort, your trusted American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro dealer.
When you're high, you feel different. But if you feel different, you drive different. So don't drive high. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, just how many tornadoes touched down across Indiana this weekend, where there's a boil water advisory in effect. An indictment has been handed down in a crash that killed somebody, and what a political leader is saying about the Trump tariffs. After Fox News, from the Technology Recyclers Studios on a Monday morning, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It is 7 o'clock.
President Trump is planning to talk to Russia's leader. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, trying to work out how and what terms they can have to end the war in Ukraine.
We'll be talking about land. We'll be talking about power plants. Because that's it's a big question.
President Trump also says his teams have been busy over the weekend trying to narrow the gaps between Ukraine and Russia. And he says a lot of progress has been made, leading to a potential conversation with Russian President Vladimir Putin as soon as tomorrow.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera. So far, Putin's rejected the terms of a ceasefire plan that Ukraine agreed to. President Trump's thanked El Salvador for accepting 2 plane loads of deported illegal immigrants Saturday. But there is controversy. A federal judge tried to block that.
The Trump administration did not refuse to comply with a court order, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says, after the administration flew hundreds of suspected migrant gang members to El Salvador and Honduras. Levitt says while the order from a federal district court judge had no lawful basis, it was issued after the migrants were already out of U.S. territory and airspace.
Fox's Jared Halpern. Houthi militants have fired missiles and drones at U.S. targets, but they've been shot down. The Iran-backed rebels trying to retaliate for weekend U.S. airstrikes that hit the terror group in Yemen, killing at least 53 people to stop the Houthis from attacking ships in and around the Red Sea. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz tells Fox News Sunday,
"We just hit them with overwhelming force and put Iran on notice that enough is enough."
There's a lot of damage in the South and Midwest after storms full of tornadoes. At least 40 people dead in 7 states. Fox Weather's Katie Burns in an Alabama town with a lot of tornado wreckage.
The damage here in Gordo is mainly to homes and farms in town, but the Red Cross is on the ground here in Gordo helping people impacted by the storm. And as some roads remain impassable because of downed trees and power lines, schools are closed here today, too. On the list of things people need in this town right now, hammers and garbage bags.
America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What Lawrence leaders are asking its residents to do. It's 30 degrees on Monument Circle with a clear radar. Your high today, 53. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Michaelis Corporation. Here's what's trending at 7:02. If you live in Lawrence, you'll want to boil your water before you use it this morning after a water main break. Here's Jake McDaniel.
With that said, the city is using water supply from the Indian Lake and Richard water treatment plants. The boil advisory will stay in place until safety tests confirm the water is safe to drink, which won't be until late Tuesday or early Wednesday. People are urged to boil water for no less than 5 minutes before drinking it, cooking with it, or even brushing their teeth with it. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Lots of damage after 7 tornadoes touched down across Indiana this weekend.
Several of those storms, particularly one in Jackson County, damaged a home.
That's National Weather Service forecaster Jason Puma. He says Pike and Gibson counties had EF2 tornadoes, which reached wind speeds of 110 miles an hour. A grand jury has indicted 40-year-old Bradley Woods of Indianapolis for causing a fatal crash in 2023 on Southport Road that killed Avery May. The crash happened on December 23rd of 2023. Prosecutors say that Woods crashed while he was drunk. The Trump tariffs will likely cause some Hoosier farmers some pain, but Congressman Jim Baird says he believes it'll be worth it. Here's Chris Davis.
One big reason: China intends to be the leading world power, and they're doing all kinds of things, not only with tariffs, but they're doing things about letting fentanyl come across our border and really getting involved in the economy around the world and in competition with us as Americans.
Baird tells Wish TV's All Indiana Politics that he, as a farmer, understands what changes to the economy does to farmers, but he believes if they're to have an opportunity for fair trade, the tariffs could make that happen by bringing people together to negotiate. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Indiana Pacers say they will play without their star Pascal Siakam tonight. He's out for personal reasons. College basketball: Purdue earns a number 4 seed in the NCAA tournament. They'll play 13th-seeded High Point. The IU women earn a 9th seed. They play 8th-seeded Utah on Friday. One Indiana man is ushering in spring with a fundraising bicycle ride. Here's Terry Stacy.
5:30 a.m. Wednesday, Alex Van Slyke, a pediatric physical therapist from the Richmond area, will set out on a 350-mile cycling journey across the state to raise money for Indiana kids with special needs.
This started as something that I just wanted to do as someone who works with kiddos with difficulties with mobility, and I want to raise some money so we can get more kids adaptive trikes so that they can be a little bit more independent with their mobility, have fun with their friends, and join their family on walks.
To donate, go to ACOLF.org, where you can also follow Alex's Adaptive Adventure. Terry Stacy, WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:05, traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Dominic Fortini.
Good morning. Northbound 465, usual trouble spots in place as traffic volume begins to rise. We've got brake lights on between 56th and 69. Overall, 12 minutes between I-74 and I-69. On the west side, if you're headed southbound 465, 14 minutes from 865 into I-70. A few tight spots southbound 69 through the roadwork, but today's delay begins right near 82nd Street. Traffic is sponsored by True Green. True Green, get a golf course quality lawn for less than you think. Sign up at truegreen.com. That's TRUgreen.com. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. I'm Dominic Fortini with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. We're starting out on the chilly side here with some spots into the 20s. We'll go with mostly sunny skies for the afternoon. Highs right around 52. Down to 42 overnight tonight under partly cloudy skies. A bit warmer on Tuesday with some sunshine, but it is going to be a bit breezy. We'll see highs right around 70. And then on Wednesday, highs into the upper 60s. Clouds return. The winds ramp up. Could see wind gusts around 30 to 40 miles per hour. And we'll see some scattered afternoon showers, maybe a rumble of thunder.
That is Tara Hastings of Wish TV. We appreciate it, Tara. Thank you. 30 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:07. So IU gets screwed. Well, I mean, if you're an IU fan, you feel like they were not given the proper respect, and they are on the outside, not one of the 64. Purdue is a 4 seed playing in Providence, Rhode Island, in that region that will come to Indianapolis. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. The 64 teams are set. The play-in, the first 4, which will begin tomorrow, is set. JMV joins us. He is the voice of sports in Indiana from 93.5, 107.5, The Fan. And let's discuss IU. If I take a look at record, they did it to themselves. If I take a look at their record compared to some of these other teams, why aren't they in this thing, JMV?
Yeah, I thought you placed it really accurately. They did a good job of screwing themselves, Tony, over the course of the season, and then it was Bubba Cunningham and company on that committee, which I don't trust committees at all, as everybody knows, but this is one that I thought yesterday that made some missteps, and obviously with North Carolina, that was it. The whole quad one arrangement and explanation for Bubba Cunningham, the committee chair, didn't make any sense. He didn't explain himself at all. And the only thing that people are pointing at, Tony, is the fact that he is the AD at Carolina, and he gets a bonus when his team makes it into the NCAA tournament over $100,000. And I know that he excuses himself from the room when they discuss Carolina, but he did just an incredibly poor job of explaining himself. And really, West Virginia, Tony, also was in that category because West Virginia was the first team out. So they probably have even more of an argument. But they didn't satisfy, I thought, last night anybody as far as explanation is concerned in what they had to say as far as why Carolina ultimately made that thing over a couple of other teams, including, Tony, IU.
Yeah, the continuing arguments over who makes this group of 64, it continues apace. It isn't going to get fixed here. But when you take a look at this bracket, what do you see, and what do you see for Purdue?
You're talking about Purdue. It's a team that has not performed as what we thought it would down the stretch. It has been discombobulated at times. They start with High Point. High Point, the Big South champion, Tony. High Point has an explosive offense. High Point can't guard you, and that's going to be an issue because Purdue has 2 of the better players in the nation, and Braden Smith and Trey Kaufman-Wren. Now, Trey Kaufman has been playing that way. Braden Smith, maybe not so much. But I would expect Purdue to move on from High Point and beat them in Providence coming up later on this week. And then you get a second-round matchup with either McNeese State and Clemson. And I think the irony there is 2 names in Will Wade at McNeese State and Brad Brownell at Clemson that have been mentioned in connection and relation to maybe the next head coach down in Bloomington with IU. I don't think everything, Tony, Purdue, shortcomings-wise, is going to be fixed this quickly. defensive stops late in games, things like that. These are things they can do better, and I think they will against High Point. And if you win a couple of games, you get back to the regional, the Sweet 16 here in Indy. So that would be nice for everybody.
I got to assume that for Purdue, if they make the Sweet 16, all is forgiven on a season, as you're discussing, that should have been a little stronger.
Yeah, I don't know how much. It's funny. Chris Hagan brought it to me last night, Tony, on the set of Fox 59. He said, hey, will Purdue have to battle with, the shortcomings in round number one of the past? I think they're over that hump. What they're doing right now is battling a bit with themselves. All right, Fletcher Lawyer, consistently a big third scorer, which is absolutely necessary. And then being able to get defensive stops, Tony, especially at the end of games, which they have been unable to do in these disappointing losses. So things that they can fix themselves that I would expect Matt Painter and company can do to start this tournament in Providence later on this week.
Before I let you go, talking to JMV, the voice of sports in Indiana, 93.5, 107.5, The Fan. Let me move it over to the Colts really quick. Free agency, you've seen people move here, there, and everywhere. And I have not discussed with you that to solve our quarterback issues, we said goodbye to Joe Flacco and picked up Daniel Jones. Now, I am not an anti-Daniel Jones guy. Some people do have second acts in America, and certainly we've seen it with quarterbacks. I think Geno Smith might be one of the greatest examples of that recently. Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones. I first of all, I guess Sam Ehlinger is not allowed to touch a football. But secondly, what say you?
I say that the Colts talk competition, and this is their competition. And what this does is it kind of speaks to the fans who felt that, this team was a bit entitled and guys really didn't have to work for their positions. That was a lot of the dialogue said, Tony, down the stretch of the season. But believe me, there's no quarterback competition. There is zero way, unless he is injured, Anthony Richardson is not going to start the season. The reason why you have Daniel Jones is because at some point he is going to be necessary. Whether it's because of injury or insufficient play, at some point he will be necessary. But the whole quarterback competition thing is something to calm the fans. Look what we're doing. We're creating competition, legitimate competition. Oh, yeah, by the way, with two of the worst two passers in the NFL a year ago. Come on. Week number one is going to be Richardson unless Richardson is injured. That's it.
JMV, the voice of sports in Indiana. I appreciate you taking the time, as always. So much more to get to. I'm Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. The rain, well, it's going to bring us some lovely flowers. That's what happens. There's this whole thing about the showers and the flowers, and that's how it works. But it can also bring roof leaks, because the strong winds, the heavy rain, it exposes damage. It creates damage. And water can be leaking into your roof, into your walls, into your attic, and that can mean mold and rot. Expensive structural damage. Moss Roofing can help, because Moss Roofing, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com, offers free inspections. So whether you've got a leak or something bigger going on, the expert teams at Moss Roofing will assess the damage and provide reliable and cost-effective solutions. They have over 35 years of experience. They know how to protect your home from the unpredictable spring weather. Don't let a minor drip turn into a major repair. Trust Moss Roofing to keep you dry this spring and all the seasons. Moss Roofing, 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com. That means traffic. Dominic Fortini in for Matt Bear. What's going on?
Well, we're getting through some reports of some slippery conditions as some of those temperatures dipped below the freezing point last night. Watch for some slick conditions along Georgetown Road right over I-65. Meanwhile, we're starting to see traffic volume pick up. Northbound 465 on the east side, busy near 56th. Also spotting delays northbound 65 from the north split into Meridian. Southbound 65 tightening up between West Street and the north split. Also spotting those delays southbound 69 near 82nd. Traffic is sponsored by the Tile Shop. Pros get more at the Tile Shop. More selection like new wood and vinyl flooring options for every budget. More perks and more service like free curbside pickup. Start getting more at the Tile Shop. Visit your local showroom today. I'm Dominic Fortini with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
30 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:16.
Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. I'm here with Michaela to talk about water damage. Water damage at your home or business can come from heavy rains, broken or frozen pipes, and countless other ways. Michaela, if someone has a loss due to water, why should they call Michaelis?
Michaelis is a local, family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. We are manning the phones and ready to help 24/7, 365. Michaelis specializes in water damage restoration, is IICRC certified, and will restore your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
I know a big part of getting back to normal is dealing with the insurance company. Can Michaelis help there?
Yes, Michaelis works through the entire process on your behalf to make it easy and give you peace of mind.
If you have water damage, call the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and mold, life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
Health gives you the ability to love more, feel more, be more. Health gives you the ability to live an extraordinary life. Because every day, no matter the challenges, is a chance to breathe, laugh until your belly aches, cry because you care so much, and experience everything that makes your life truly extraordinary. For 150 years, Franciscan Health has been there, watching extraordinary lives unfold. Love your extraordinary life.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. Service today. Today.
My name and then we were one down by the Wexford border.
So Trump's approval rating is pretty massive. Now, it's kind of weird because it doesn't sound like it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. But I'll leave it to the people over there at NBC to explain it.
First of all, the mood of the country. This really jumped out. We asked folks, is it on the right direction or the wrong direction? That 44%, you say right direction, that's up since November. And if that doesn't seem like a lot, the last time it cracked 40%, you got to go back to 2012. The last time it actually hit 44 or higher, January of 2004. So a lot of this is Republicans, but independents, that number is also up since the election on the direction of the country.
That means that Trump has a higher approval rating and more people believing the country is on the right track than Barack Obama ever did. That's what it says. Why? Why do people think that the country is on the right track? Maybe it's the deportations of illegals. Maybe it's the securing of the border. Yeah, it was a good report on inflation, but people are getting a little over their skis there. It doesn't mean that inflation is moving down. It means you had a good report. Show me three. We don't change who we are because of who's in the Oval. Show me 3 months of this, and then we could talk some trend numbers. And I think part of the reason people believe that things are better, they feel this, they pull on this, is because more things are being discussed with them in an honest way, a profound way. For example, there's the stuff that no one was honest about, like COVID. And now you're seeing some real, it's not even mea culpas. It's rewrites of history. The popcorn moment. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe, and bring your popcorn. Or grab your popcorn, because there is more. Don't forget, we're in Kokomo, April 17th. Trump and American Reset in 3 bourbons. We're discussing all of these things, going to break it down in all the ways. It's going to be incredible. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Tickets are selling. You guys are fantastic. I appreciate it so much. Tickets are selling and going well. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Presented by LaserPMC.com. Laser Precision Marksmanship Club. Utilizing weapons outfitted with infrared lasers to shoot at a high-definition video screen. It's very cool. Bring the office. Go with a friend. Go by yourself. Laser Precision Marksmanship Club. That is LaserPMC.com. And Flederman Von Riest. Full disclosure, I am a brand ambassador of Von Riest watches made right here in Indiana. If you're watching the live stream, I'm wearing one of them today, right there. That's very pretty in the blue. I like blue is pretty. That's my official way of looking at it. Von Riest, R-I-E-S-T-E, incredible watches. The Hanoverian, the Munchener, the Einheit that I'm wearing right now, and wait till you see the chronograph. Incredible stuff made right here in Indiana. Von Riest, R-I-E-S-T-E, and available at PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse, the jewelry store there, PA Jewelers at Premier Arms, opening this Wednesday. Very, very cool stuff. So, tickets.TonyKatz.com. You can be a part of the event. It's going to be fantastic. Get your tickets. Before we sell out, get your tickets. Come on up to Kokomo. Super easy to get to. I promise you. This was Lena Wen, Dr. Liana Wen. And she, one of these people, she was the former health commissioner for the city of Baltimore, former president of Planned Parenthood. As we see people still talking about COVID, where, for example, the New York Times put out a whole headline, "We were badly misled about the event that changed our lives." 5 years ago, COVID, 5 years ago. And what do you mean we were misled? You misled. We had an honest conversation. We're the show that stopped reporting the numbers because we couldn't believe the numbers. The data was so absolutely faulty. We could not believe it. We could not agree with it. So we said, nope. The political right were the ones asking questions about the COVID vaccine. We were the ones asking the questions about comorbidities. We were badly misled. We were misled by the New York Times and others, including Dr. Anthony Fauci. And then you still have people like Dr. Liana Wen saying absolutely horrific things like this.
I mean, okay, so in public health, there is always going to be a tension between individual liberties and what's best for the group. That's just inherent in public health.
They still believe they should be able to take away your rights because they declare a public health emergency. But nowhere does she discuss, at least within this clip, whether or not they can be trusted when they make the declaration. When we discuss Indiana, it is clear that the mayor of Indianapolis, Joe Hogsett, abdicated responsibility to Dr. Kane, and it is clear that Governor Eric Holcomb abdicated his responsibility and gave that responsibility to Dr. Box. They did not engage leadership. They said, you take care of this. It's not leadership. I didn't elect Dr. Box. I couldn't care what she had to say. And no, I don't think she was trustworthy. And I think that years later, we could say this, we can prove this. We still have to think that individual liberties have to be lost for the sake of what's best for the group. These people are still deranged and now want to beg forgiveness by making the claim that they were duped. They were misled. You've got this from Schellenberger, Michael Schellenberger. The former head of the UK Foreign Intelligence Agency, MI6, told Boris Johnson, then Prime Minister, in early 2020 that the COVID virus escaped from the Wuhan lab. He posted the briefing. It is now beyond reasonable doubt that COVID-19 was engineered in Wuhan Institute of Virology. They had the data. They had the information, which means everybody lied. Rand Paul is right. Jail Anthony Fauci and do it today. Innocent until proven guilty? Fine. Let's have a trial and let all this come to light. Then we can make a decision. Okay. Matt Bear has traffic, but he's out today, so Dominic Fortini is filling in.
I'll take it. Southbound 69, you've got the ongoing road construction project beginning near 96th into 465. Brake lights, though, from 82nd through 865. 7 minutes from State Road 37 to 465 up north. Meanwhile, southbound 65, some trouble spots between West Street and the North Split. Westbound 465 tightening up between Keystone and 69 as well. Traffic is sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Dominic Fortini with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
If you love spring in Indy but hate the paint, do what Deanna did. She called Rhino Shield.
I was noticing some cracks and the paint's faded. I was like, okay, I think I should get my house painted. So my neighbor had a Rhino Shield placard in the yard. And after they were finished, I was just, wow. With the warranty and everything, it just seemed silly not to go that route.
The ceramic coating of Rhino Shield is specifically formulated for our climate.
So the Rhino Shield crew came out. Nothing was damaged in the process. I was very happy. They just didn't leave a mess. You couldn't even tell they were there. And the house looked so different. It just looked like a new home.
Visit Rhino Shield's booth at the Flower and Patio Show and learn about their 25-year transferable warranty protection. Plus, receive a free prize.
Rhino Shield, I think it increases the value and the curb appeal of your home. Definitely worth it.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
This is a special notice to all U.S. taxpayers with back taxes to the IRS. Billions in tax relief is now being made available to struggling taxpayers, giving thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars in savings away to those who qualify. If you're facing wage garnishment, threatening letters, audits, liens, levies, or already in a payment plan, you can now expedite the resolution to your tax problem, end collections, and even qualify to reduce a large portion of what you owe. Stop IRS Debt has established a relief hotline for you to call to check what savings and options you qualify for. Dial 800-518-9137. With many people facing job loss and rising cost of living, these special IRS initiatives are designed to aid delinquent taxpayers with the relief that they need to get a fresh start. For a free consultation to see what savings you qualify for, call 800-518-9137. 800-518-9137. 800-518-9137.
Hey folks, Scott Wilson here from Wilson Farm Market. Even in winter, we're bringing you the best in farm fresh flavors. Stop in for our fresh salad bar, hot and crispy wing bar, and a cheese selection that is second to none. Got a sweet tooth? Our homemade pies, creamy fudge, and old-fashioned candy will hit the spot. Come see us on US 31 just north of Carmel. We're open every day 9 to 6. At Wilson Farm Market, we're all about fresh, local, and delicious. See you soon.
My brother never checks on Dad, or my sister won't make time to take Mom to the doctor. Are these things you've heard yourself say? This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. I have a caregiving tip for you. Stay tuned.
Cardon and Associates offers the finest senior living options tailored to your loved one's needs. Reservations are now being accepted for new apartments at Copper Trace in Westfield. Visit cardon.com.
Expressing anger or resentment toward unsupportive siblings can cause unmendable rifts in relationships. Don't try to control everyone else. You can only control yourself. The success of your caregiving journey does not rest on others. So enjoy the time with your loved one. This is your special time with them. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access a library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Mass deportations. It's 31 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Your radar is clear. Your high today, 53. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. Nearly 300 illegal immigrants were deported from the U.S. to El Salvador this weekend.
Of those, 137 were removed via the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. This wartime authority gives the president the power to deport non-citizens without a judicial hearing. The act has only been invoked 3 other times in American history. On Saturday, a federal judge ordered the Trump administration to stop the deportations to see if its invocation was legal. But the White House says 2 planes carrying alleged Venezuelan gang members were already in international airspace.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera reporting. President Trump credits his popularity in the Hoosier state to the late, great Bobby Knight.
And he went out and he made a speech for me in a packed arena in Indiana, and it was over. It was over. He was a tough guy.
That's Trump talking about Knight's endorsement in 2016 when he spoke at the Department of Justice on Friday. China is a threat to the American economy and free trade, says Indiana Congressman Jim Baird. Chris Davis reports on why he believes tariffs may be necessary.
Baird, who has an ag background, says he gets that farmers trying to sell pork or soybeans may have it tougher for a while, but the tariffs could make for long-term relief.
I think these tariffs are simply a way to bring people to the negotiating table and see if we can't create a level playing field.
He tells Wish TV's All Indiana Politics that countries like China could eventually be forced to make a deal. He also says we need the leverage to minimize the impact of one of our chief competitors. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A person died in a fire on Sunday in Connorsville. Firefighters responded to an apartment complex called the Crossings Apartment Complex, where they evacuated 30 units during their search. They discovered the person, and they're looking into the cause. A boil advisory is in place this morning in Lawrence.
Officials say this could last until late Tuesday or early Wednesday. The city says they are working closely with the Indiana Department of Environmental Management to look into this and resolve this issue. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Gas prices are dropping this morning. Expect to pay about $2.89 on the average if you need to gas up in the city of Indianapolis, says Gas Buddy. Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. Well, Purdue's run to the NCAA title game last year showed the level of preparation needed, but forward Camden Heide isn't buying the underdog label that some are placing on Purdue for this year's team as a number 4 seed.
We'd be remiss not to go into every game expecting and planning on winning, obviously. I think definitely with the success of last year, especially for us older guys, like now we know what it takes. We've been through it and we've made it, to the final game.
And Purdue will face 13th seeded High Point Thursday afternoon, playing in the NCAA tournament for the first time ever. Tip-off in Providence, Rhode Island, Thursday, 12:40. The IU men will miss out on the tournament this year as they search for a new head coach after Mike Woodson stepping down. The IU women earn a 9 seed. They play 8-seeded Utah on Friday, and the Indiana Pacers will be shorthanded tonight when they play the Minnesota Timberwolves. Pascal Siakam says that he's not playing for personal reasons. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Dominic Fortini.
Our first real hiccup of the morning. It's a crash on the west side, northbound 465, right near the Sam Jones Expressway. Watch for some delays to begin right near I-70. Also affecting travel on the west side, an accident westbound on Washington, right near Girls School Road. Southbound 65 in the brakes at West Street. Southbound 69 tied up 96 to 465. Traffic is sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 Cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Dominic Fortini with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
30 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 Cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text money to 46220 today.
Whenever I'm out a-wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, donuts. That wasn't an impression. That was me. That was not bad at all, or in any way. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you during downtime. I'm clearing my head. I'm getting ready for what's next on the show. I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. They've got cool stuff, strange stuff, odd stuff, interesting stuff, weird stuff. I have bought stuff. I have sold stuff. It is there on the marketplace. Capitalism is good. Today in the marketplace, brought to you by the Attorney General's Office. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. There could be money waiting for you. The Attorney General's Office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Over $1 million each and every week. It's your money. Go get your cash. indianaunclaimed.gov. And usually this is the part where Matt Baer chimes in and he's like, oh, Tony, I love that thing. Oh, Tony, I hate that thing. Oh, Tony, your mother. I mean, he gets really red. He gets worked up. He does. He gets very, very worked up. Who's giggling? Who's laughing? Who's that?
Dominic Fortini.
You brought in Dominic
He
because you figure
appreciates it.
you can just replace a traffic guy with a traffic guy and it's all fine? Is that how this works? You're like, they're all interchange. Do all traffic
all look
guys
the
look
same.
alike to you, Producer Kylan?
You never know, man.
All right. That's Producer Kylan, everybody. All traffic guys look alike. Yup. This is a donut machine. Now, normally, I would think, and you can find it there if you follow me at Tony Katz on X. I've got it posted. Normally, you would think a donut machine is the kind of thing that just, like spits out donuts, right? It makes a donut, spits out donuts. No, this is not it. This is like a giant waffle maker. It makes 6 donuts at a time, only used a few times, just didn't end up needing anymore. Easy to use and operate, non-stick and even baking. So what you do is, you take some dough, some batter, you put in the little trough, and then you close it up, and boom, it makes a donut. The problem is, a donut is fried, right? Isn't that the way you make a donut? It's fried. So I don't know if this makes a donut or this just makes a donut-shaped waffle. Can you see it? I'll ask Dominic Fortini. Do you see it, Dominic? Do you see what this is?
Oh, I can't see it.
See, you should follow me on Twitter, and then you'd be able to see it. Let me tell you. If you're going to fill Matt Baer's shoes, you need to have all of the tools at your disposal.
Matt left me no window instructions.
My gosh, this is savage. But my point is that a donut is not a waffle, and a waffle is not a donut. These are two very different things.
Yeah.
All right, someone's saying these are for cake donuts on the live stream. Maybe, but isn't that still fried? A donut is fried. A donut isn't fried? I've been lied to my whole life? Wait, even cake donuts. Can I get a baker? Even a cake donut is fried. How is a donut not fried? Anyway, this makes donut-shaped waffles. And all I'm saying is that it's cool. I like the idea, but I don't know if it's a donut machine. I don't know if you can call that a donut machine. You could call it a donut maker, but not a donut machine. It's not even really making donuts. It's making donut-shaped waffles or pancakes, which can't be a pancake because that's got its own shape. The point is, I don't know about this thing, but I'm probably going to buy one. That's basically what I've learned. That's probably what I'm going for. Dominic Fortini with well-placed chuckles. Good job. Good job earning your cash today. Not easy. Not easy being here. We're a difficult morning show. You know, of all the morning shows, are we the most difficult? Are we the most problematic?
No, you talk about donuts. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's how you get the people. It's how you just reel them right in. Right? People ask me, what's the secret to good radio on the radio? And the secret to good radio? Donuts.
Scotch, donuts, and cigars.
Yeah. But bourbon. Scotch is not the secret to good radio.
Bourbon.
Bourbon. Right. You're so close. You're so
we'll
close.
Edit that in
and
post.
On a
It'll come out in
technicality.
post.
We don't fix it in post. We do it live. We are full Bill
man.
O'Reilly here.
Oh no.
We do it live is what we do. I gotta go. I gotta do this now. That's Dominic Fortini. You'll catch him in traffic in just a few minutes. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. You've got talk about potential rising interest rates. There's economic uncertainty. You wonder if now is the right time to sell your home. Are you gonna get the price that you need? Is it gonna take too long? You don't have to figure it out by yourself. There is a friendly, no pressure, experienced agent eating and sleeping Indianapolis real estate. That's Mark Dietel. Maybe what you're looking for is more space. You got a growing family. You're working from home. Mark Dietel is the trusted real estate expert, trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Just pick your move date. No long-term contracts. So easy to work with Mark Dietel. Katie and Chris in Perry Township said, sadly, our marriage was ending and we were both ready to sell the home and move forward as soon as possible. Mark Dietel made it happen fast and easy. Our home sold for more than we anticipated in 24 hours with 17 showings and multiple offers. Guys, call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Dietel. 317-755-4232. Get all the details. Go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel. Dietel. markdietel.com.
Always be rocking. These guys will always be talking. They're never myopic. They're always on topic. Like politics ripe for the mocking.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
From 93 WIBC, the latest local news, commentary from Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, podcasts. Listen to the station live whenever, wherever, online at WIBC.com.
Advanced solutions from Comcast Business help turn today's enterprises into engines of modern business. It's how retailers become logistics mastering, supply chain transforming, seamlessly restocking, frictionless paying favorite shopping destinations.
Thank you for shopping.
And how nationwide restaurants become customer focusing, touchscreen ordering,
second window, please,
rapidly customizing, quick serving eateries. It's how we turn financial firms into market tracking, client servicing, cyber securing economic engines.
Loan approved. Congratulations.
And how hospitals become the patient scanning, data managing, welcome to the worlding, life-changing healthcare facilities that we all depend on. With leading networking and connectivity, advanced cybersecurity, and expert partnership, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply.
Traffic on the fives. Dominic Fortini in for Matt Baer in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
We got an issue out by the airport, southwest side, northbound 465. 2 center lanes are blocked with a crash near the Sam Jones Expressway right now. Looks like things are clogging up behind that. 34 minutes on the southbound side of 465 from I-74 into I-70 at this point. Still have crews on the scene with a crash at Washington and Girls School, southbound 69 heavy at 96. While westbound 465 up north on the brakes ditch into Michigan. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Dominic Fortini with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
30 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
What a day.
You're working too hard.
We're both working too hard with even less to show for it.
What's this?
It's the bills for Tracy's procedure.
This is outrageous.
I know. And Mom just said her prescriptions went up again.
How can working people afford this?
These medical bills are crushing our finances, and these hospitals and insurance groups are making record profits.
You know, I read Indiana has the 9th highest healthcare costs in the nation, and prescription drug costs are out of control.
That's why I voted for Mike Braun. He has a plan to reform Indiana's broken healthcare system. Braun's plan calls for billing transparency, increased access, and lower costs for all Hoosiers.
I hear you. It's good to know help is on the way. Mike Braun's plan will offer real relief for our family budget.
Sign the petition for Braun's healthcare plan at HoosierHope.org. Join Mike Braun's fight for healthcare reform today. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
Welcome to Tire Discounters.
Thanks. I gotta warn you, I drive a hard bargain.
Okay.
So let's hear your first offer.
Well, how about, with any 4-tire purchase, we'll give you a free alignment.
Man, I'm good. All right, let's do it before you change your mind.
And we'll also give you a free oil change.
Ha! I can't believe I talked you into this deal. Sometimes I amaze even myself.
Don't tell accounting. But with any 4-tire purchase at Tire Discounters, you get a free alignment and a free full synthetic oil change. See store for details.
Don't stress about plumbing repairs. Call LD Smith for honest advice and a free second opinion on any estimate.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
True Green. Get a golf course quality lawn for less than you think. Sign up at TrueGreen.com. That's TrueGreen.com. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Addiction. It's hard on those who struggle with it, but those who love the addict need support too. Matt Baer and Ryan Hedrick provide help and hope with Supporting Sobriety. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and on WIBC.com.
Question.
No, we're not answering
Why?
questions. Get out
Why?
of the car.
Why?
Because you're a Trump supporter.
I know, but don't you guys want our money?
No, actually we don't. Get out of my bar right now.
You're not welcome.
I'm not around. Get out of my bar.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Out.
Because I'm wearing a Trump
Yes.
hat. That's wild.
I don't care. Get out.
We can call the police, or you can just leave.
You know this is like discrimination, right?
Oh, boo-hoo! Boo-hoo! Get out of my bar.
So that happens at the Chatterbox in Indianapolis. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. A person wearing a Make America Great Again hat, a Trump hat, was thrown out. Chatterbox wants to say that this woman had entered and was misgendering the bartender and was verbally assaulting customers. Until I see it, I'm sorry, I don't believe it. This statement from the Chatterbox does not address the antics of the bartender who pulled out a baseball bat, engaging in intimidation and the threat of violence to remove the patron, whom they're removing based on their own words from the bartender. They're removing solely and exclusively removing because of their hat, because of their political allegiances, if you will. Tony Katz. Did I say hello? 93 WIBC. Good morning. Oh, a lot of people talking about this and making some really bad arguments and not watching my video about it, which would have helped them. I put forth to you that I oppose the public accommodation, that a business owner should be able to run their business the way they see fit. And if that means they don't want to serve certain people, they don't have to. I think it's a bad idea to run in terms of how to run your business, but they shouldn't have to serve anybody they don't want to serve. If there is a business out there that doesn't want to serve Jews, they don't want to serve me, they don't have to. They don't want to serve conservatives, they don't want to serve black people, they don't want to serve Asian people, they don't want to serve Hispanics, they don't want to serve women, they don't want to serve men. Go ahead. Run your business the way you see fit. I also believe this should apply to smoking. If you want to have smoking in your business, go right ahead. Who is the state to tell you no? But I'm the one who believes this. The political left are the ones who believe that you have to bake the cake. And I am convinced that part of the learning comes from having to do the thing you claim the other person had to do. This is all a takeoff of Saul Alinsky. Make people live up to their expectation, to their creed. So, political left, Chatterbox, you serve the beer. It's not what I wanted for you. It's what you wanted for you. You have to live up to your standard. You have to serve the beer. You are not special. I have seen people with all sorts of messaging. You think it's okay to attack a protected class? Protected class. I oppose this as well. When there is this discussion in Indiana about protected classes and this group and that group and hate crimes and this and that, I say it clearly. They want Jews to be a protected class. My answer is no. I am not a flower. Jews need to toughen up. So do gay people. So do Christians. Well, they've got it better understood than most. Everyone's got to toughen up. No protected classes. I'm covered by the Constitution of the United States of America, and that's enough. Hey, if you're gay, you're not special. And if you're this, that, or the other, you're also not special. We're Americans, covered by the Constitution. Let's move on. I've been making these arguments, guys, for years. Not the people over there at Chatterbox. You want me to go through their political history and find all the times they say, protect this and protect that, and oh, you can't do this, yet we can do anything we want? No, you can't. Serve the beer. Some people said, why would you want to go in there anyway if you're a Trump supporter? And my answer is, you mean there are places people shouldn't go based on characteristics? What next? Places black people shouldn't go because you ain't from around here, are you? Nah. And all of this comes down on Mayor Joe Hogsett and the City County Council, because you're the ones who told us after RFRA that Indy serves all and Indy welcomes all. So does it? Does Indy welcome all and serve all? Where's Joe Hogsett to tell Chatterbox to open their doors and serve the beer? Where is Bob Bosley and the Indy Council to do the same? Where is Ryan Mears to engage a level of prosecution? And where is the media to demand these things? You said Indy welcomes all, and you put up signs at the airport and T-shirts on people and stickers right there in the window. Well, does it? Does Indy serve all, or is Indy the bigoted place that people like Jesse Brown and businesses like the Chatterbox want to make it out to be? By the way, you wear a keffiyeh, you're a communist, you support Hamas. I think that's bigotry. That's my take. Jesse Brown might see it differently. Matt Bear's out today. Dominic Fortini has traffic.
Right lanes now blocked on the southwest side. Northbound 465 near the Sam Jones Expressway. That's all because of an earlier crash with emergency officials on the scene. Also tending to a stall eastbound I-70 approaching 465. On the north side, westbound 465 hung up between Ditch and Michigan. Also tied up between Allisonville and I-69. Traffic is sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Dominic Fortini with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
Deck Coating, the ultimate deck protection. Who are they? Well, they're a sister company of Rhino Shield, and Premier Deck Coating is the product you need if you're tired of applying the same old stain and paint every couple of years to your deck. It's Terry, Stacy, and David and I have a deck that's probably 25 years old. The countless hours and the money that we spend on maintaining that deck never ends. And then we heard about Premier Deck Coating. Family-owned, based right here in Indy, and they are going to completely transform our deck with their special formulated product, which repels moisture, scratch-resistant in virtually any color that we want, and backed by a 10-year guarantee. No more spending time staining or painting every year. Premier Deck Coating will keep our deck looking great for years to come. Premier Deck Coating can also do fences and pergolas, too. For a free quote, call 317-696-4071 or visit premierdeckcoating.com.
Hi, I'm Charlie Comer from Comer & Cross Premium Garage Floor Coatings. When your garage floor has stains, cracks, and pits, it makes your whole garage look bad. And a bad epoxy job looks even worse. Look, spring will be here on March 20th. For your best price of the year on your new garage floor, basement, or patio and installation this spring, please call me now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Guaranteed, a Comer & Cross concrete floor coating won't chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. In one day, we make it so easy. We move your stuff out for you. We fix the cracks and pits perfectly. And apply your gleaming new Comer & Cross concrete floor in 6 stages, just in time for spring. For your best price of the year on your new garage floor, basement, or patio and installation by spring, please call me now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to COMERcross.com.
Pat Sullivan here with Michaela of Michaelis. If you have water damage, why should you call Michaelis?
Michaelis is a local family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. On call 24/7, 365. We are IICRC certified and will restore your space to pre-loss condition or better. And we work through the entire insurance process on your behalf to make it easy.
Water, storms, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIX-INDY.
Looking for a great deal on a new Lincoln? Come to Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators, now $15,000 off, and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus, now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. We look forward to seeing you at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP 104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP 57,785. Offers good through March 31st, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Only 2 things in life are certain: death and taxes. How about one more? Switch from Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile to cut your bill in half with Pure Talk. For just $25 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, 5 gigs of data on America's most dependable 5G network. Making the switch, it's simple, fast, and easy. You dial pound 250, you say the keyword Pure Talk, and make the switch. You do it now, you save an additional 50% off your first month. Pure Talk, wireless, by Americans, for Americans.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, how many tornadoes touched down across the state this weekend, and where a boil water advisory is in effect? After Fox News from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It is 8 o'clock.
40 deaths in 7 states.
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. After storms full of tornadoes ripped across the South and Midwest over the weekend, this man in Alabama says he's lucky he got out of his house just in time.
A few minutes after we left and got up there that it hit, and it just destroyed it.
Fox Weather's Robert Ray is in Tylertown, Mississippi.
It's been a weekend of weather hell, tornadoes that have ripped apart so many communities as the frost sits here this morning on this debris field, and it is nasty. Multiple people have died here in Tylertown, and National Weather Service is assessing as people are mourning the death of loved ones and trying to understand what just happened with the amount of twisters that moved through so many communities.
President Trump keeps pushing for an end to the war in Ukraine, which has agreed to a ceasefire, but Russia has not yet.
Tomorrow, President Trump is going to be looking for some concessions from Russia on his call with Putin.
A lot of work's been done over the weekend.
It's still not clear if Putin is moving toward a ceasefire or if this is a stall tactic, especially after a European intelligence service uncovered a document prepared for the Kremlin by a group close to the FSB, reportedly, laying out ways that Putin should delay while continuing to dismantle Ukraine.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House, where after midnight, President Trump posted on Truth Social some Biden pardons are null and void, claiming they were signed by AutoPen and the president didn't even know about them at the time. Those were preemptive pardons to shield members of the House committee from Trump retribution after they had investigated the president after the January 6th Capitol riot. President Trump also thanks El Salvador for accepting deported illegal immigrants.
I can tell you this, these were bad people. That was a bad group of, as I say, hombres.
Now, the deportations were challenged in court. A federal judge ordered them halted, but the Trump administration ignored that, saying the planes were already in international airspace. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Indicted more than a year later. It's 30 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Your high today is 53. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. You may remember hearing about a crash that killed a man near Southport Road just 2 days before Christmas in 2023. The man who died was named Avery May, and at the time, police searched for clues in order to put their case together. The Marion County Prosecutor's Office is back with a determination saying that Bradley Woods of Indianapolis caused the crash and that he was intoxicated when it happened. Court records show that Woods left the scene without providing his name, address, or vehicle registration to IMPD. Among the 21 charges that Woods faces is failure to remain at the crash and causing death when operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated. Woods' wife was also indicted. If you live near Lawrence or in Lawrence, you'll have to boil your water until at least midweek. Jake McDaniel explains why.
With that said, the city is using water supply from the Indian Lake and Richard water treatment plants. The boil advisory will stay in place until safety tests confirm the water is safe to drink, which won't be until late Tuesday or early Wednesday. People are urged to boil water for no less than 5 minutes before drinking it, cooking with it, or even brushing their teeth with it. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A lot of tornadoes this week and touchdown across the country, and here in Indiana, 7 touchdowns.
Several of those storms, particularly one in Jackson County, damaged a home.
That's Jason Puma with the National Weather Service Indianapolis talking about tornadoes in Pike and Gibson counties. Those were EF2 tornadoes, which reach wind speeds of 110 miles an hour. The Trump tariffs will likely cause Hoosier farmers some pain, but Congressman Jim Baird says it'll all be worth it in the end. Here's Chris Davis.
One big reason:
China intends to be the leading world power, and they're doing all kinds of things, not only with tariffs, but they're doing things about letting fentanyl come across our border and really getting involved in the economy around the world and in competition with us as Americans.
Baird tells Wish TV's All Indiana Politics that he, as a farmer, understands what changes to the economy does to farmers, but he believes if they're to have an opportunity for fair trade, the tariffs could make that happen by bringing people together to negotiate. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Purdue Boilermakers are headed to the NCAA tournament. IU is not. Purdue earned a 4 seed. They'll play 13th seeded High Point. And today is St. Patty's Day, and you may be wondering, How Irish is Indiana? Here's Terry Stacy.
According to some new analysis from CanadaSportsBetting.ca, the Hoosier State ranks 31st among the most Irish states and provinces in North America, with Marion County having the largest Irish population, with close to 30,000 residents claiming Irish ancestry. Lake County number 2, third Hamilton County with 14,468 Irish residents, followed by Allen and St. Joseph counties, rounding out the top 5. Terry Stacy, WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick. On the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Dominic Fortini.
At issues this morning, 2 right lanes are blocked off. Northbound 465 near the Sam Jones Expressway, all because of an earlier crash. Traffic slows up as you approach Kentucky through the Sam Jones Expressway. Still have an accident westbound Washington at Girls School and a stalled vehicle off on the right eastbound I-70 right near 465. Meanwhile, southbound 69 tightens up near 106th, and you're on the brakes northbound 465 from 86th into 865. Traffic is sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5% off. I'm Dominic Fortini with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, and my kid pinched me because I'm not wearing green because it's St. Patrick's Day. And they're like, don't even tell me about that whole you're wearing green underwear thing. And I said, of course not. I don't wear underwear.
You did. Good answer. I love it.
Right.
That is fantastic. I am actually wearing a green dress. I did find a green that I can wear, even with the green screen chroma key that we have at the weather wall. So.
Okay, well, I was concerned.
I'm sure you were.
I worry. I care somewhat.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, we've got the lucky weather for today. How about that? Mostly sunny. Highs near 52. Partly cloudy, 42 tonight. 70 tomorrow. It is going to be breezy and a bit warmer here. Partly cloudy skies. On Wednesday, we'll look for mostly cloudy skies. Pretty windy. Could see those winds gusting 30 to 40 miles per hour. Some scattered afternoon showers with highs near 67. And Tony's favorite, a few snow showers possible on Thursday. Blustery with highs only near 45. Yes.
Snow showers.
Yeah. Some people were saying that they saw snow yesterday. I don't think I had any. I didn't see any.
I don't know if it was a hail, if it was a snow, if it was just like thicker raindrops. I don't know what it was, but it was sad, I believe is the word we're looking for.
Sad. That is correct.
Very, very sad.
Uh-huh.
So.
Yes.
Just so we understand each other.
I understand. I like it.
Your forecast is garbage.
It really is. I'm sick of it.
Sizzling.
I'm hoping that
hot.
it just gets better next week or something.
Yeah, well, thanks for hoping. Now do something about it.
I will. I'm on it.
She's not on it. She can't do anything about it. She doesn't control the weather.
No.
She is just one woman. She doesn't control the weather. She's not Jewish. No?
Did
Am I
you
allowed to get away with
control
that?
the weather?
If according to legend, my people control everything.
Oh. Were you
control
our
the weather.
chosen people?
We control the weather.
Yeah.
We control the banks.
Okay.
The only thing seemingly we can't control are ourselves around a brisket.
I don't think anybody could.
Oh, gosh. Oh, can't wait for the emails. They're going to be so great. Send your emails courtesy of smiley@yahoo.com. I'll be sure to get those right away. Send them to Dave Smiley. And I'll be sure to get those emails. $10, he gets an email. Cash money. Somebody sends him an email. Good Lord. Tara Hastings, some people are really weird. Some people are really weird. Honestly, if I controlled the weather, do you think there would be snow in March? Of course not.
No, I do not think there would be snow in March.
No, of course not. These people are ridiculous. I gotta go. I gotta do other stuff. I gotta get going. That's Tara Hastings. Appreciate you. 30 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Oh, Tara's never coming back on the show. The time is 8:10.
Hey, it's Rob. If you want to grow your hair back, check out the Artist Robotic FUE at We Grow Hair Indy. Darren Andrews, clinic director, is here to tell us more.
The accuracy and the precision of the Artist Robotic FUE is what clients love the most. Get the results you want with our Artist FUE or multi-unit hair grafting procedure.
Grow your hair back today at WeGrowHairIndy.com. Call 317-522-2995 for your evaluation. 317-522-2995.
So the gang members were moved out. And the left is like, how dare you? That story, so good. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Also, the Democrats elected a new leader, and they still don't want Destiny Wells. Karen Talion, the former state senator, will now run the Democratic Party in Indiana. She's the new Democratic Party chair. The plan is to rebuild our party, hold a town hall tour to hold Indiana Republicans accountable at state and federal levels, and preparing for the 2026 and 2028 elections. You all still don't have it. You can't do it. Do you understand this isn't about Republicans? This is about you. This is about what it is your plan is. This is about your philosophies. You still don't have this right? You still can't figure this out. Enjoy losing. You're going to lose for forever. You don't have it. And you just don't want to learn. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Would you like to optimize your movement and performance to prevent injuries and enhance your long-term health? Join us for a free holistic integration peak performance workshop. Optimize your body at any age. Wednesday, March 26th at 6 p.m. Our expert structural team will show you how to move better, feel stronger, and stay injury-free. Whether you're an athlete looking to improve performance, an active adult wanting to stay mobile, or just hoping to move with more ease, this event is designed for all skill levels and ages. You'll learn strategies to support your strength, flexibility, and overall well-being. Plus, you will receive a free performance assessment by our structural team that will evaluate your movement patterns and create a personalized plan just for you. The free holistic integration peak performance workshop. Optimize your body at any age. Wednesday, March 26th at 6 p.m. Reserve your spot by calling 317-848-8048 or online at thevoiceofhealthradio.com.
Neighbors you know are talking about Galaxy concrete coatings and their transformation, like Rosemary.
I heard about Galaxy through social media as well as on the radio. I wanted to have Galaxy come out and redo my back patio. It runs the full length of the back of the house.
Galaxy concrete coatings is not epoxy. It's 4 times stronger.
Galaxy was great. They were very thorough. They were very clean, very efficient. They cleaned up after themselves. I was very impressed with the crew.
Commercial or residential, Galaxy transforms pools, patios, garage floors, driveways, and more. And also, it comes with a lifetime warranty.
The reason I chose Galaxy is because of the durability. We've got pets, and so sometimes they do have accidents. It's very easy to just hose off. My neighbors have come over, and every single one of them have said it's beautiful.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We are out of this world.
One of
of the real advantages that we have here at Hendricks is the scope of the services that we have to offer in orthopedics.
Whether they have a hip fracture or they're a high-functioning athlete, we're all working towards the same thing.
To have them be able to have an elective surgery safely and then go home also in a safe fashion is of utmost importance.
We very much want everyone to get back to doing everything that they're doing beforehand. We're really invested in it.
Unstoppable orthopedic care. Learn more at hendricks.org/ortho.
Traffic on the 5s. Dominic Fortini in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Crews made pretty quick work of that crash in the southwest side right near the airport, northbound 465. It was right near the Sam Jones Expressway. Still have thinning out of delays back to Kentucky, but traffic is filtering through that scene now with just some authorities on the right shoulder. Northbound Collector stop and go, Michigan and through the North Split. Also seeing some issues northbound 465 on the east side in between I-70 and Pendleton Pike. And a stalled vehicle blocks the right shoulder eastbound I-70 as you approach 465. Traffic is sponsored by the Indiana Foundation Service. Is water damaging your home? Contact Indiana Foundation Service, the basement, the concrete foundation experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at indianafoundationservice.com. Licensed in all states where work is performed. I'm Dominic Fortini with Traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
31 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
I'll say this. There are no entries in the Hoops Fan Hall of Fame who didn't show up to the game. Yes, you in the back.
Professor, March Madness is coming to Indianapolis. Are we ready?
You prepared to bring the fire? Give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. The NCAA Sweet 16 and Elite 8, March 28th and 30th in Indianapolis. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets. Class dismissed.
Only two things in life are certain, death and taxes. How about one more? Switch from Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile to cut your bill in half with Pure Talk. For just $25 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, 5 gigs of data on America's most dependable 5G network. Making the switch, it's simple, fast, and easy. You dial pound 250, you say the keyword Pure Talk, and make the switch. You do it now, you save an additional 50% off your first month. Pure Talk, wireless, by Americans, for Americans.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All-American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Live streaming over there on the YouTubes and I think a bunch of other places. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Tickets selling fast. Trump and American Reset in 3 bourbons. Yeah, it's we started early. We're reaching out, starting to pick up. People realizing we're a month away from this event. Trump and American Reset in 3 bourbons. It's going to be so fantastic because there's so much to discuss. These first 100 days compared to other first 100 days, the leftist reaction, what Trump has done. Do we agree? Do we disagree? Do we want more? Do we want things in other places? We have a lot to go over, and we have bourbon to pair it with. It is going to be sensational there in Kokomo. So easy to get to, just right up 31. Super easy, super close. You got to come. Yes, we brought it to Kokomo. You should be there. Trump and American Reset in 3 bourbons. My sponsors, laserpmc.com, Precision Marksmanship Club. Very, very cool people. And Flederman Von Riest. I am brand ambassador for this Indiana-made watch company, vonriest.com. Check them out for yourself. You can use promo code CATS and get a discount. Beautiful watches. I wear them all the time. RIESTE, vonriest.com. Laser PMC sponsors of Trump and American Reset in 3 bourbon. Sponsorship still available. I can hook you up with that. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Get your tickets right now. It's going to be an incredible night. I want you to be there. And then that's when we'll announce the next event, which is going to be beyond belief. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. And if you're there, you get early access to the next event. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Gary Dick joins us from InsideIndianaBusiness.com. March Madness is the place to start, Gary Dick. We're going to host the Midwest Regional. Life is better if Purdue is involved, but there's still money to be made. True or false?
Definitely true, Tony. Definitely true. Money to be made in March Madness, and Indianapolis knows how to do it, perhaps as well, if not better, than anyone. Really, as you mentioned, Midwest Regional will be here, so we get a slice of March Madness. Next year, we get the Final Four, and nobody better than hosting the Final Four than Indianapolis. But the Midwest Regional should be a good one, March 28th and 30th, so it will be getting down to brass tacks at that point. Lucas Oil Stadium will be the scene. The estimated economic impact is about $14 million from that event, so nothing to sneeze at, to be sure. And, the NIT is back, too. The semifinals and championship game of the NIT will be at Butler in March as well. So lots going on when it don't have the Final Four this year, but still a lot of action. And again, those cash registers will be ringing for that.
But I'm not wrong that if Purdue gets through Providence, Rhode Island, right, they're the 4 seed, and they're in the Indianapolis region, them coming to Indy to play means bigger dollars. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. More people watch it on TV, and they're not necessarily coming out. The same people coming out. I would just assume it's more people congregating downtown to be part of the story, be part of the party.
Yeah, you could argue that the hotel revenue maybe would not be as much because Purdue fans in Indiana would not necessarily be staying overnight. Who knows? But definitely the vibe in downtown Indianapolis, I think that would add to it. Obviously, to have Purdue in the mix, a lot of people were a bit surprised Purdue got a 4 seed, but a pretty good draw, really overall for Purdue. And if they would make it to Indianapolis, obviously that would be very positive.
Talking to Gary Dick from InsideIndianaBusiness.com on the Twittix. That's Twitter X and IIB. We also have Butler, the Fieldhouse, Hinkle Fieldhouse, hosting the semifinals and the championships of the NIT. I know people like to kind of dismiss it, but it's people coming to town and having a good time, and I thought they did a great job of it last year. I'm kind of thrilled that it comes to Indy.
Yeah, great point. And you remember last year there was a lot of kind of hoo-ha that Indiana State, the Sycamores, did not make the NCAA tournament, but in fact they made it to the final game. The championship game, ended up losing that game, but the championship game of the NIT in Indianapolis. And Butler, we all know and love Hinkle Fieldhouse, traditional venue, no better place to watch a game than Hinkle. And Indianapolis, again, Butler as well, do a great job in hosting these events. You remember a few years ago, we were talking about the other day, when Indianapolis hosted the entirety of March Madness. Still hard to believe that any city could pull that off. But certainly they did with a great community effort during the pandemic. But having the NIT here, and obviously for many years it was hosted at Madison Square Garden, and it raised a few eyebrows when they moved it to Hinkle Fieldhouse. But I think everyone involved is happy with that move.
Talking to Gary Dick from InsideIndianaBusiness.com on the Twittix at IIB. One of the things you've been reporting on is venture funding and how in the world of tech, we did better in 2024, but we are still off the pace. What's the latest?
Yeah. The Central Indiana Corporate Partnership came out with their annual Indiana Venture Report last year. Venture funding showing what Indiana tech firms gathered, if you will, or collected in terms of venture funding. And last year, 2024, a good number, a decent number, $549 million, 139 separate deals last year. That's about double the amount from the previous year. but it's only about half of the amount in 2021, which was a record year, $1.4 billion. Perhaps a sign that the industry, the tech industry, has not recovered from a slowdown that really began in 2022. And I think as you look at Indiana, there continues to be this big push. There's a lot of innovation going on here, no doubt about it. But there needs to be more. It needs to be more companies and more deals to invest in, because it's kind of a pretty simple equation. If you've got great technology, great innovation, you're going to attract that money. And I think there's a feeling we just need to generate a few more companies, a few more deals to be out there to attract more venture funding.
Gary Dick, Inside Indiana Business.com. You also have, quickly, the world of agriculture. And certainly we're seeing tariffs have an effect on everything. We'd be fools if we said otherwise. Is ag still getting the investment in Indiana, and is the future still bright, or does it now find itself in some second or third position to some other industries?
It's a $35 billion industry in the state, still huge. Indiana, a top 10 ag state in the country. And I think heading into the planting season here, Tony, I think there's just a lot of uncertainty. Certainly concern, input costs, fertilizer, fuel, all those types of things up. Crop prices not where they want to be or need to be for farmers, so there's a concern about profitability this year. Then you throw in the potential of tariffs and what that impact could be, just adds uncertainty to an industry that obviously is very important to the state of Indiana. About 95,000 farmers doing business here in the state, in every corner of the state.
Gary Dick, Inside Indiana Business.com. Appreciate you as always. Dominic Fortini in for Matt Bear. What's going on? Big Dom. Dominic Fortini.
Well, things are looking good so far as crews picked up that earlier crash westbound Washington at Girls School. They also cleared the accident northbound 465 right near the Sam Jones Expressway. Just minor tap of the brakes in the area. Meanwhile, on the north side, westbound 465 hung up Allisonville to Binford Boulevard, and between Ditch and Michigan, northbound Collector jams Ohio into the north split. This traffic report is sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Dominic Fortini with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
Having a hard time making it through a day of work without foot pain or discomfort with things that used to be simple like walking the dog? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you, like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Come to the Good Feet store today for your free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood just off the 65. Or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Discover your options at the Good Feet store.
What a day.
You're working too hard.
We're both working too hard with even less to show for it.
What's this?
It's the bills for Tracy's procedure.
This is outrageous.
I know. And Mom just said her prescriptions went up again.
How can working people afford this?
These medical bills are crushing our finances, and these hospitals and insurance groups are making record profits.
You know, I read Indiana has the 9th highest healthcare costs in the nation, and prescription drug costs are out of control.
That's why I voted for Mike Braun. He has a plan to reform Indiana's broken healthcare system. Braun's plan calls for billing transparency, increased access, and lower costs for all Hoosiers.
I hear you. It's good to know help is on the way. Mike Braun's plan will offer real relief for our family budget.
Sign the petition for Braun's healthcare plan at HoosierHope.org. Join Mike Braun's fight for healthcare reform today. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors. For 1951 cabinetry, visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
He promises he's making the streets safer by doing this. It's 31 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Your high today, 54. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. Hundreds of illegal immigrants were deported to El Salvador on Saturday, despite a federal judge's order blocking those deportations.
Well, this is a time of war because Biden allowed millions of people, many of them criminals, many of them at the highest level.
And that's President Trump speaking aboard Air Force One on Sunday. Trump defending the migrant deportations under the Alien Enemies Act of 1789. What DOJ is doing may have a direct impact in Indiana, not only with federal workers losing their jobs, but also with some federal buildings closing. Congressman Jim Baird tells Wish TV's All Indiana Politics that he believes it's past time to look into bloated federal spending.
We really asked DOJ to look for those waste, fraud, and abuse in our federal government, and that hasn't been done for quite some time. And I think it's appropriate now that we do that.
He says as far as the federal buildings go, he believes they are underused and people should not be paying for what we're not using. Multiple states throughout the South and Midwest are recovering from a big storm system that hurt parts of the region this past weekend. This woman lives in Georgia.
I know the trees that were that split houses, they had theirs impaled into their roofs and stuff like that. So it's just heartbreaking when you don't have anything that you can do and you're helpless.
More than 36 people were killed in the storm. At least 7 tornadoes touched down across Indiana this past weekend. Jake McDaniel has that story.
There were EF2 tornadoes that touched down in southern parts of the state, including Pike County and Gibson County. There were also parts in Indiana that consisted of 3 EF1 tornadoes.
3 of those tornadoes were EF1 variety with estimated peak wind speeds of 105 to 110 miles per hour.
Jason Puma with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says those tornadoes touched down in Jackson, Park, and Davies counties. EF0 tornadoes took place in Merrillville and Cherville. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The USDA says egg prices are coming down this morning, and AAA says gas prices are coming down in Indiana. $2.94 is the average for a gallon of regular unleaded this morning in Indianapolis. One Indiana man is ushering in spring with a fundraising bicycle ride. Here's Terry Stacy.
5:30 a.m. Wednesday, Alex Van Slyke, a pediatric physical therapist from the Richmond area, will set out on a 350-mile cycling journey across the state to raise money for Indiana kids with special needs.
This started as something that I just wanted to do as someone who works with kiddos with difficulties with mobility, and I want to raise some money so we can get more kids adaptive trikes. so that they can be a little bit more independent with their mobility, have fun with their friends, and join their family on walks.
To donate, go to ACOLF.org, where you can also follow Alex's Adaptive Adventure. Terry Stacy, WIBC Mobile News.
Sports on WIBC brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. Purdue gets a number 4 seed in the NCAA tournament. They'll play 13th-seeded High Point. High Point's never been in the tournament. This game goes down in Providence, Rhode Island, Thursday afternoon. Head coach Matt Painter has led his program to a top 4 seed at least for 8 straight years.
We've made some mistakes at times in looking at things, but nobody's perfect right there. That's a really hard thing to do. So to see the consistency is a great sign, for our program.
And Thursday's tip-off is 12:40. The IU men did not make the tournament. They'll be forced to focus on finding their next head coach after Mike Woodson announced he's leaving. The IU women earned a 9 seed. They play 8-seeded Utah Friday in South Carolina. Head coach Terry Morin.
We're just grateful that we were one of the 68 selected and one of the best tournaments, to be a participant in.
And the Ball State women and the Notre Dame women also making the tournament. And the Pacers will play without Pascal Siakam tonight when they play the Minnesota Timberwolves on the road. Siakam is out for personal reasons. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 8:35, traffic on the 5s. Here's Dominic Fortini.
Still some leftover delays northbound 465 near the Sam Jones Expressway after an earlier crash. Eastbound I-70 suffering about a stalled vehicle on the right near 465. And a new crash near 86th and Colby affecting travel this morning. Northbound 465 on the south side, a little bit slow again as you pass by the Sam Jones Expressway. Northbound 65 on the brakes from the north split into Meridian. This traffic report is sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Dominic Fortini with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
31 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
Dents happen. There's a whole lot of stuff that can mess up the look of your vehicle. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal. PDR is paintless dent removal that saves your factory finish and is way less invasive than traditional body shop repairs. And it's faster too, sometimes same day. Google Kill a Dent Removal and check out the reviews and photos. Then schedule your repair. Hail baseballs, kids, fender benders, shopping carts, flying cows, angry X's, and anything else that leaves dents. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal.
How bad is it? Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight. Want coffee?
I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz, that's me, by the way. How you doing? What's going on? How's your mother? 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. I was just finishing up a very, very important tweet. Maybe the most important tweet in the history of all tweet. I don't know if it was the most important, but I just did it, and there it goes. You have Dow futures down 198. Okay, all right, fine. We get it. The market's not happy. NASDAQ futures down 36. Oil prices up $68 and a penny on the West Texas crude coming out of the ground here. Brent crude at $71.43. So both of those up by a little over $1. Brent about up of almost like $1.50. 10-year Treasury 4.321. Not where they want it. They want this thing in the 14s or under 4 to really be able to say mortgage rates have come down. Therefore, housing can go up. But let's go back to it. Why is the Dow, the futures down? Maybe it's because retail sales numbers are out at 0.2% in February. Less than the 0.3. Now, what's interesting is that there was a downward revision the prior month of a decline of 1.2 in sales. If you exclude autos, the increase was 0.3% in line with expectations. So they're not happy with this report. Is that how I'm seeing it? That's how I'm seeing it. I do not know actually what's going to make this market happy, except, of course, no tariffs. And that's just not coming. Doesn't matter how much I agree that tariffs or taxes are an issue and all that jazz. That part is not coming. Tariffs being here is dependable. Like this from Chris Matthews, who they've brought back seemingly to MSNBC.
Chris Matthews, what do you make of these numbers for the Democrats?
Well, you could have seen them the night that Trump addressed the Congress. And you watched the Democratic Party. They seemed like they weren't there. They were sort of vacant. They weren't saying anything with their manner. They never questioned the facts. They let the president lie about Social Security and say that we're giving benefits to people who are 160 years old or to their grandchildren. We allowed Elon Musk to go on television and tell everybody that we're using Social Security as a lure to bring people into the country illegally, that we're giving them benefits, which we're not. We're giving them to illegal people in the country who come in illegally. We give it to them, lie after lie after lie, and said nothing. I'll tell you, James Carville, who said the Democrats should stay silent, may be partially right, but where he's wrong is you have to have a fact checker.
So for Chris Matthews, the issue for the Democratic Party, polling at their lowest numbers ever, is that they aren't calling Trump a liar enough. Okay. Or Chris, just an idea. Maybe they should have an idea of their own and then share the idea. Maybe they should have a policy and a plan of their own and then put forth that policy, put forth that philosophy, put forth that idea and see if America responds to it. Maybe that will give them a tingle up their leg, which you seem to be so fond of, if I remember correctly. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Indianapolis roads, a total disaster. Some of the worst potholes in America. Am I right?
A car on Keystone Avenue just fell into one the size of a swimming pool.
Disgraceful. These roads should be great again. But right now, they look like the surface of the moon.
Suspension repair shops are making a fortune.
Rigged system. But Matt Baer, he's the guy to trust. Tremendous at avoiding these disasters. Just tremendous.
Matt Baer, making your commute great again. Mornings and afternoons on 93 WIBC.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numbness, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Matt Scholke, chiropractic neurologist and board certified in neuropathy. What is neuropathy?
Neuropathy is nerve damage in the feet or hands.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
Absolutely, and we get amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, pain, or balance issues, call Dr. Scholke today for a free nerve damage screening. This screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for their specialized treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Simply call 463-400-3338. Act now. Call 463-400-3338 for your free nerve damage screening. 463-400-3338.
You need a financial planner that reflects your values. Whose your values? Like mutual respect, hard work, and common sense. That's the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth. Matt Baer here. Hey, the investment team at Trajan will get to know you, then work with you as a team in customizing a financial portfolio that meets your dreams and timeline. Schedule your first appointment. It's free. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan Wealth approaches wealth management by looking at a longer timeline. You know, has that Hoosier Pragmatism, focusing on capital preservation, growth, and low-cost investment options, always checking and evaluating the markets for you. Call and schedule at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first consultation is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what's going on?
Well, we got a crash at 86th and Colby this morning. Eastbound I-70, watch for a stall on the right near 465. That's been lingering a bit. Northbound Collector on the brakes from Ohio to the North Split. Your stop and go northbound 465 from 86th into 865 as well. Traffic is sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Dominic Fortini with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 31 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:45.
500 Guns is just east of the Speedway and the Viaduct on 16th Street. Joe and Guy Montgomery are the experts to trust when you want to buy or sell guns. They buy single guns or entire collections. If you've decided this is the year to become a gun owner or to add to your collection, don't buy until you visit 500 Guns. Contrary to what many think, you actually can get better pricing at 500 Guns than at the big box stores, and a lot better service. See them today. 500 Guns, West 16th Street, Indianapolis.
You want to listen all day to WIBC, but you don't always have time. Don't worry. There's a podcast for that. The WIBC Mashup. Daily highlights from your favorite hosts, Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, and Hammer and Nigel. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that TV theme song? Here's how we play. Producer Kylan in for producer Carl. Carl is on assignment. Picks a television theme song. I have to guess what it is. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. You have to be watching the live stream in order to comment and give me suggestions. I will not look at the Twittix on this one. I'm going to ask you to replay that, producer Kylan, and let's see if I can guess what it is. Go right ahead. Okay. I have absolutely no clue. I would use a lifeline, but I don't think it would help. At first, I thought it was a mystery kind of thing. Right? That's what it sounds like. I'm like, is this the theme to True Detective? Right? Although I'm not, I don't know the show, so I don't know if they have a theme. So I'm not 100% sure. If that's the case. So I do not know this one, Kylan. This is, and then I didn't know, wait, is that English right there? Is this like the theme to Fauda or something like that?
You're onto something.
Are you telling me I'm right with Fauda?
Well, it's not fully, but you're onto something.
Oh gosh, I can't spend my life on this one, and you being duplicitous. producer Kylan. So what is that TV theme?
This TV theme is Bodkin. It's a show on Netflix, an Irish murder mystery. Kind of like Only Murders in the Building, but set in Ireland.
Okay. I've determined that you don't know how to play this game.
Well, maybe you're just sad.
Well, you did it because it's St. Patrick's Day.
Heck yeah. And I thought it was a pretty good show.
You were...
Not as good as Only Murders in the Building, but I enjoyed it.
Okay.
And the scenery of
All right,
Ireland,
very good.
you can't beat that.
Right? Everyone agrees that utilizing a Netflix show is just flat out wrong, and they're all saying shame on you. And a couple people think now you're racist. I don't know why that is. That's just wrong, and that is rude. Today at the State House, Kendall and Casey with the live broadcast, and then the property tax relief rally from 1 to 2. They'll be speaking. Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith, I think the governor, Mike Braun will be there as well. People figuring out maybe lower property taxes, and for the Republican Party, just for the record, you did this. You did this. You allowed Rob Kendall and Casey Daniels to completely own a subject and beat the living snot out of you with it. And something that should be so standard, lower property taxes. Well, mayors say that we're going to lose out on services. The mayors will figure it out. Lower property taxes. What are you talking about? You got beat, and beat badly. And now you're going to have this rally. I don't know if 5 people are going to show up or 5 million. Probably somewhere in between. Lower property taxes. And to the people I know who have told me no one cares about property taxes, what, you lowered $300, big deal. This is why you'll never win an election, and you got to get out of Indianapolis, because there is life outside your apartment, as Avenue Q taught us. And dear gosh, are you completely disconnected? Completely disconnected from reality. My goodness. I wish the event nothing but success. I'm sorry I can't be there. I've got a show to do. We've added a couple stations to the midday show, so we'll be able to welcome them to the list, the growing list there for Tony Katz today, and looking forward to that. On Tony Katz today, we're going to get into a bunch of stuff, including Trump saying, you know what, the auto pen, that's a real problem right there.
Are those executive orders, those pardons from the former president now null and void?
Well, I think so. It's not my decision. That'll be up to a court. But I would say that they're null and void, because I'm sure Biden didn't have any idea that it was taking place.
That's President Trump on Air Force One saying very clearly the use of the auto pen on the pardons should mean that the pardons signed by Joe Biden regarding pardons for the family should be null and void. Putting out on Truth Social the pardons that Sleepy Joe Biden gave to the Unselect Committee of Political Thugs and many others are hereby declared void, vacant, and of no further force or effect because of the fact they were done by auto pen. In other words, Joe Biden did not sign them, but more importantly, he did not know anything about them. Now, that is, of course, Trump making a suggestion. We don't know if Biden knew about them or not. But certainly a question should be asked about the auto pen, which is to say that the duly elected president of the United States, for those people who want to say that about Joe Biden, did not put his pen to the paper. It was technology. Does that make an order lawful? Does that make a pardon lawful? This is an actual, important, serious question that requires an answer. Is going to require the Supreme Court weighing in. Don't forget Kendall and Casey live from the State House. That's coming up next, and the rally from 1 to 2. I'll be back at noon, and Dominic Fortini has traffic.
Mostly north side issues at this point of the morning. Westbound 465 on the brakes from Ditch to Michigan. Then again, slowing at Allisonville. Northbound 65 heavy from I-70 into Meridian. Some leftover tight conditions through the roadwork. Southbound 69 from 82nd into 465. Traffic is sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Dominic Fortini with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
For a great deal on a new Lincoln? Come to Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators now $15,000 off and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. We look forward to seeing you at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP 104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP 57,785. Offers good through March 31st, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse opens March 19th. That's right, PA Jewelers, formerly inside Premier Arms, now has its own location at the Farmhouse. Built in 1888, an incredible setting that's going to have all of your jewelry needs. Gold, diamonds, gemstones, rare pieces, estate pieces, wedding rings, engagement rings, everything you want in one place. Open March 19th, PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. Go to pajewelers.jewelry to get more information. That's pajewelers.jewelry.
Community is defined as a group of people that have a shared interest or things in common. Imagine a group of people where the shared interest is the truth of God's Word and speaking life over one another and each other's families. Hi, I'm Daniel Beckwith, the online campus pastor at Life Church, and that's the type of community you can find here. Just go to lifechurchin.com to find any of our locations and service times or special events. We're confident God has something here just for you. See you soon.
The Indianapolis Ballet, the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra, and Clues Memorial Hall unite to present the timeless classic ballet, Swan Lake, March 28th and 29th. This collaboration features gorgeous costumes and sets, with full orchestra bringing to life Tchaikovsky's beautiful score, and conducted by the ISO's Jack Everly. Don't miss Indianapolis Ballet's Swan Lake at Clues Hall, March 28th and 29th. Tickets on sale at indieballet.org.
The floodgates are about to open in Indiana as spring approaches. Don't press your luck thinking your sump pump is working properly before it's too late. A sump pump is vital to protecting your home from heavy rains and rising waters that can sneak inside and wreak havoc in your home. Luckily for you, during the month of March, my friends at Hope Plumbing are offering a $300 off the purchase of a new sump pump with a battery backup. Call Hope Plumbing today and keep your head above water.
Welcome to Tire Discounters.
Thanks. I gotta warn you, I drive a hard bargain.
Okay.
So let's hear your first offer.
Well, how about with any 4-tire purchase, we'll give you a free alignment.
Man, I'm good. All right, let's do it before you change your mind.
And we'll also give you a free oil change.
Ha! I can't believe I talked you into this deal. Sometimes I amaze even myself.
Don't tell accounting. But with any 4-tire purchase at Tire Discounters, you get a free alignment and a free full synthetic oil change. See store for details.
From a fast break to recovery, Indiana hospitals are here for every Hoosier, regardless of their ability to pay. That's why we're teaming up with legislators on a winning playbook to lower costs and protect access to care across our communities. Because good policy doesn't leave anyone on the sidelines. Learn more at HoosierLifeline.com.
Paid for by the Indiana Hospital Association.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Health gives you the ability to love more, feel more, be more. Health gives you the ability to live an extraordinary life. Because every day, no matter the challenges, is a chance to breathe, laugh until your belly aches, cry because you care so much, and experience everything that makes your life truly extraordinary. For 150 years, Franciscan Health has been there, watching extraordinary lives unfold. Love your extraordinary life.
Technology Recyclers is the safe and ethical choice for your computer and electronics recycling. R2 certified, 100% landfill free, guaranteed destruction of data, and absolutely free pickups. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
When you're high, you feel different. But if you feel different, you drive different. So don't drive high. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.